NikkiNicoleStar fam. How are we doing? Thank you for coming on in the room. I want to get my tambourine. Come on in the room. So today we're going to do a reality TV chat. We have some things to get through. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. I think this is it. Dear God, is this it? Hold on. I hope this is it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I made myself watch that dreadful reunion. Is it season 15? Whatever season this is. How many? They only had 2, right? I'm terrible at this. Oh Lord. Oh my God, there's another one. Oh, forgive me, Lord. There's another reunion. I thought this was it. It can't be anymore. Andy, enough. There's one more episode. I think I'm just going to do a short about that. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I want to do a short. Yeah, I want to do a short about it on Friday. I can't. That season has been so dreadful. I can't. OMG. Anyway, how are we doing? So, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. I only am doing this today because I thought it was over. I didn't know there was more. Forgive me. Then, the 90 Day Fiance tell-all. We're going to get into that. But first, we're going to talk about our babies, Nick and Olandria. They have a lot going on still. Look at them. A year later. They still got it. They still got the juice. What we tell you? We know who the stars are. We know who the stars are of Love Island. We should know because we made them. Oh, here's the thing about Love Island. I'm not reviewing that show, y'all. I've already seen there's been whispers about a cast, and there's some black girls on it. God bless them. God bless them. I'm not signing up for that again. I'm not signing. I can't. Here's also the thing. I am a lot older than these kids on here. And I was whacking 12-year-olds. I was like in full-on internet wars with 12-year-olds. I'm not putting myself through that. I am not putting myself through that. So I will not be reviewing that show. If what I saw is the actual cast, I might chat about it with you all. But I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to be going through that. I'm not going to be whacking 12-year-olds again. Absolutely not. Absolutely. No, we're not doing that. At some point, you got to, thank God I'm dark. You know what I mean? So I look as elderly as I am, but at some point I got to realize I'm not going to be fighting with people I could have birthed. It's ridiculous. That's not happening. But I think I might talk about the cast, and we'll keep on talking about our clients like NicoLandria. We're never going to stop talking about them. So there still will be some Love Island stuff happening here, but nothing new. Unfortunately, if they wanted me to talk about it, they should have treated them black girls better. I'm that woke. Let's get into it. So first, we're going to start with our girl Landria and the whole Met debacle. Here's the thing. I don't think we'll ever know what really happened, but we're going to talk about what we have thus far. So our girl, Painted by Us, though.
They didn't let her bring Nick.
Mom, I don't know why she keeps on saying that. My mom she is convinced that Olandria did not go to the Met because she couldn't bring Nick as her +1. I keep on trying to tell that lady, the Met don't do +1s unless you're Beyonce. She got +2s. And she got somebody underage into the Met. So it's like, No, Olandria didn't say I'm not going to go to the Met because my boyfriend can't come. She did not say that. That did not happen. But for some reason, Mama Star is convinced that she turned down the Met for Nick. Anyway, Painted by Esther, she wrote this. This is from Love Island Updates. She wrote this on Twitter. I'm not over there because it's demonic. She wrote this on Twitter, and this is a response to someone named Rach69 because Painted by Esther wrote, "Thank you, Bae. Just one dial today, but thank you." And this girl put this response of Kevin Hart crying because she thinks that she's talking about Olandria, and Painted by Esther writes, "They played with our girl, y'all, next time." And Rach says, "Hi, what does that mean? OMG." And Painted by Esther says, let me remove my banner. We're going to put it back, child. I obviously can't get into what happens behind the scenes, but it's not happening this year. Put the banner back up because, child. And then her response is, Rach69 says, OMG. Joshy says, "I'm going to cry, OMG." Painted by Esther says, "Don't LMAO. We're not sad. She achieved a lot, even being considered. Don't overlook all of her hard work." Now, you know I love me some Painted by Esther. I can't wait to work with her. She shouldn't have wrote that. Here is why. Because as soon, like, I didn't even know she said anything, but my timeline was going crazy. And it was like, you know, the baby Nicolandrians, they were, you know, shooting down everybody and getting mad at everybody for Olandria not getting into the Met. And then you had the elderly millennial Nicolandrians whacking the babies, telling them to calm down because they're going to mess up opportunities for our girl. So that was what I saw. I didn't even know what happened, but I was just like, oh my God, just a lot of chastisement going on in the Nicolandrian community. What is happening? And then I saw that comment, somebody reposted the comments over the threads from Painted by Esther, and I saw Love Island Updates. Here's the thing.
Love Island gonna ride the wave, anything.
Yes, they are, mother. Here's the thing. Esther probably was tweeting because something had just happened, and she just said, you know, she was probably saying it out of emotion and just said it. She should not have said anything. Because of what she said, it created this wave with the fan base. And sometimes you can't tell the fans everything. You know, you just need to tell them what they need to know so that they can support. Because sometimes when you tell, you know, you're telling these random people, random strangers, you don't know these people's mental health. You don't know what they're capable of doing. You're giving this information to people who you can't necessarily trust. Oh my gosh. You're giving information to people you can't necessarily trust with this information. And it created a bit of a firestorm. But everything was pretty much handled and calmed down by the time the Met happened. So it appears as if she had an invite and it was rescinded. I have to say, I've never heard of that in all my years of knowing about the Met. It hasn't been a lot. You know what I mean? Like, this is pretty new to me. I'm working class, baby. So this is pretty new to me. The information that I have about the Met is pretty new. I've just never heard in the time that I've known about it for an invite to be rescinded. I don't know if there was a designer that said no, because this is how the Met Gala works. The Met Gala is a fundraiser for the Met, right? Which is the Museum of Fashion and Art. So how the tickets are given out is a designer buys a table, right, at this fundraiser. They buy a table and they pay for the talent to be there. And this talent is going to wear their designs. So basically, the price of the Met Gala is worth it because this designer gets to dress celebrities, it girls and boys and days and billionaires and people trying to get in the public eye, they get to dress these people who have some kind of influence in their clothing, right? So although they're dropping like, let's say 30K on one ticket, they're that outfit that's going to be on that celebrity or that it person is going to be seen by millions of people, and that is going to bring capital for them, hopefully, right? It's an advertisement. So that's why they do this carpet. It's because the Met is saying, hey, we want to, let you know that this is like a fair trade-off. You paying this money for this fundraiser, you are also going to get something back. So it's not just a waste. It's not some secret dinner that you're coming to and you're just raising money and you're not getting anything out of it, right? This is your tax write-off. Basically, you showing up, showing this outfit, this ensures you get some kind of recognition and capital. So that is why they spend the money that they spend, so that people can go to, so that the people that they want to drape in their clothing can go to this event, because they are hoping that they can get something back by this celebrity, by Tiana, by Fiance, wearing their clothing. They're expecting to get some capital back. And if you put it on somebody who's an unknown, best believe that unknown is like a billionaire. So even if nobody knows who that billionaire is, you have connections now to that billionaire, right? You dress that billionaire in your garment. So that billionaire might want you for you to dress them again, or that billionaire might look out for you and say, hey, I bought this house. I want this person to be here. I want this person to run this. Or they might just give a huge donation to the Met. So you want it to be people who have status and influence and people who have money. So you buy the table, you give these people their tickets, you put them in your garments, you have them walk the carpet, everybody's saying your name, you're getting some kind of notoriety, and then you go in, there's a performance, there's some other stuff happening. I don't know if they're raising more money. I think they probably are. And bada bing, bada boom. So if we're going to be mad at anybody, it's not Anna Wintour. Get mad at her for other reasons. Hello, Andre Leon Solly. Never forget. But not that, because I don't think that is her decision. It has to be clear. If it is her decision, it's still got to be clear with the designer. So whoever the designer was that dressed her or was going to dress her, it has to be, or possibly is on them, because they rescinded, if she had it, an invite. According to Esther, something was taken away from her. So either the designer did it, or it was under the direction of Anna or Jeff Bezos. Who knows? But Esther is alluding that she was going to go and that opportunity was taken from her. Now, if Esther wouldn't have said anything, we would have never known that, right? And so I think the reason why some of the NikkiNicoleStars was upset, because now it gives ammo to her haters, but screw the haters. She's already outpaced everybody in Love Island history. She has nothing else to prove. She never had anything to prove, but it's just like she can't be at any discussion. She came out that villa and was light years ahead of Love Island, the entire franchise. So it's like, don't get mad because this little moment and people who don't like her got something to say. It does not matter. She's so far above everything. Nobody in this show, and the show's past, and the show's current, and the show's future will ever be able to catch that lady. Wow. So you don't have nothing to be upset about, right? They will never achieve collectively as a show what this woman has achieved in less than a year.
Well, maybe the thing about Esther was pissed because she was out of a business job too.
Well, her work was already at the Met. She had already done makeup for Tila Tyler. I forget. Sorry, I don't know the baby name. But her work was already at the Met. But I think, but I do agree with you. She was probably upset at that as well, because she probably did a nasty face on Olandria. Mm-hmm. So I can understand everybody who put that look together had that moment taken away from them. But here's the thing. If the moment was taken away, I would have still photographed her. If she can't make it to the Met, take her down to the anti-Amazon fashion show that they were having. Or there was another fashion show right next to, about gun violence, right next to the Met. Or just do your own little photo shoot. Don't waste the look.
No, I don't want to go to the Amazon one because.
Oh, she has a partnership with them.
But that was Antia. They was fighting with him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazon is anti-union, Mom. We're a union family. We come from a union city.
Yeah, but I'm saying they were fighting him.
Mm-hmm. So you don't think that would have been good? Yeah,
that wouldn't have been a good look for her. She don't need to be in no controversy.
Yeah, I can hear you there. So I agree with Mama Star, but I mean, still do a photo shoot. Don't waste the look.
Yeah, don't waste the look, but maybe they didn't get to the look. Maybe they found out before she did it. But nevertheless, you know, you don't focus in on that because you really don't know what happened.
Yeah, you don't know. Nobody knows.
Could have been
That's very true. Did you hear Mama Star? She said the designer could have been pulled.
You know what I mean? And that would have affected her. Because
but how you pull a designer if they've already paid for their table and for their guests to attend?
They can get rid of the designer.
Maybe
and all of his design.
Also, it is alleged. Yeah, we'll hear from Arnold. Also, it is alleged that a lot of the attendees were encouraged to wear pieces from like Amazon's and some Amazon fashions. So listen, we don't know what happened. We never will. If Esther wouldn't have said anything, we wouldn't have had all of these clues. But I think that she was just, you know, it probably just happened in the moment. Yeah. And you know, sometimes when you get to a certain status, you're going to have to pull back. You want to, you know, go into your Beyonce and not be so giving. What?
Sometimes you get like Mama Star and just react.
Yes.
Before you think.
And that's the problem. When you get to a certain status, you got to get on your Beyonce. You can't talk to the people as much as you used to. Whatever
I didn't like her look.
Who?
Beyonce.
Mom, that's for the Met.
Oh, okay.
This is not the Met. Anyway, although according to Painted by Esther, they played in our girl's face, I gotta say, I think that this was a win for her because everybody who attended that Met is getting dragged, even Beyonce.
Okay.
Even Beyonce. And I'm just like, sister, if you don't go to these things, you won't be whacked. I mean, listen, I gotta say, as a Black American woman, I love the way that they parted that carpet when she stepped on it. You know what I mean? I love the fan fodder over this woman. It just, you know, this wasn't the Met to attend. And I get that she's a co-chair and Jeff got involved after her. But we're in a very difficult time. And, you know, your consumers are asking for people to take a stand. And it's, you know, everybody is being asked to take a stand. But I think more is being put on Black women just because of who we are. Right? We are expected to be good. We are expected to do the right thing. We're expected to be on the right side of history. And oftentimes our treatment is not fair because people expect for us to do the right thing. Mm-hmm. So this Black woman, Olandria, I think, you know, although it probably wasn't her choice, I think it worked in her favor because she absolutely dodged a bullet, especially with Gen Z. And right?
Being a new person coming up.
Being a new person coming up. And with Gen Z, they're extremely brutal and unforgiving. So if she would have made that choice, they, you know, the Free Palestine Gen Zers would have really just dragged her and gave her some bad press. And I don't think that she didn't need. And I don't think that would have been good for her. So this, in my opinion, was a blessing in disguise. Because she dodged a bullet. This Met Gala was not the best one. It's become very controversial. Mm-hmm. Everybody is being dragged. Even Sarah Poster, who tried to make a statement, they cussing her out. They whacking our girl, calling her the 1%. Yeah. And Sarah's like, I'm not a 1%. Like this was the Met to be missed. So once again, Olandria, your ancestors are looking out for you. So, go ahead, Mom.
Also, her and Nick went away for her birthday.
Mom, stay on topic.
They went away for her birthday.
But stay on topic.
Yeah, this is the topic.
We're talking about Olandria at the Met. Why are you on a birthday trip?
Because she was with her man.
Anyway, that's all I have to say, Star family. And that's all that Mama Star has to say. Hopefully. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hey, Ree Maggie said, hi, Nikki and fam. The Ayan and Olandria chat is up at Microsoft window. What's that? I don't know what that is. What is that? Let me know. Hey, Shoni, how are you? E450 said, hey, Nikki, hey, Star fam, happy Wednesday. So many great topics tonight.
Hey, Nikki, you so fine. You so fine. You blow my mind.
Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. Oh, Nikki, what up, pretty? Hey, Nikki, hey, Star fam, happy Wednesday. So many great topics tonight. It's absolutely for the best that Olandria did not attend the gala. Absolutely agree. Hey, Tia Bia, bust them up. Happy Wednesday indeed. Hey, Devonta said, happy Wednesday, Star family. All you lovely people in the chat. Hey, Anna, thank you. Hey, Pai. Hey, missed you too, Pai. Hey, Yasmin, back again. How are you? Hey, Magic in the Hamptons. How are you?
For empathy. Hey, Star family.
Magic in the Hamptons. Have I said this before? Have I asked you this before? If not, if I have, I apologize. But are you in the Hamptons? Are you in the Hamptons? If you are, well, let's chat.
Yeah.
I am, you know.
We want to do a meetup there.
Mom, I think Magic in the Hamptons is probably the only person watching me from the Hamptons.
No, you don't know.
I don't know. Hi, Princess. How are you? Spitzy, what's up? Spitzy said, hey, NikkiStar and fam, 90-day tell-all was a mess. It was chaotic. I was like, everybody is on crack.
I loved it.
Mom, it was a mess. Lisa in those ice water contests. The Nick doesn't love Olandria is anti-blackness. Oh, we all know where it's coming from. Hey, Denard, how are you? Denard said, hi, Nikki and Star fam. I got my Brandy book. Denard is ready for the book club. Mom, pass me the book. Pass me the book. The book. Read a book. Read a book. It's right there.
Read your book. Read your book.
Perfect segue. Hello, book club is May 20th at 5 p.m. PST.
Wow.
8 p.m. EST. May 20. Wait, right? May 20th. May 20th. Get ready. We are going to read up to page 75, and we are going to stop at the
page 75.
Yeah, did you read beyond that, Mom?
Oh, I gotta get reading. I gotta get quick. I like it.
75 pages. You can do that in an hour.
Okay.
Under. Anyway. Pay up to page 75. We're going to stop at Drop Dead Gorgeous, but this is our first book club book, May 20th, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. Be ready. We are going to get into it. I'm going to give the limit for book club will be 2 hours, guys. We have to. We have to. 2 hours. 2 hours. So, yeah, when we get to talking. So, get ready. Get ready. Hey, Simone. Simone said, hey, Nikki and Star fam, the way I've had to explain to new fans about Hollywood and events like the Met Gala this week, I need to lie down. Yeah. But this is the problem with being so involved with the fan base. And that's why I've been telling Olandria, telling her through the screen, get off them. Don't do too many lives. Because when people think that they have so much access to you, some of them will think that they have access to control you, and some of them will think that they're doing things on your behalf because they're rooting for you and they want you to win. It's coming from a good place, but the method is not productive. So I'm glad that Nicolandrians with wisdom and older Nicolandrians were like really rolling in and doing damage control, because although she's had great success, she's fairly new. She is also a dark-skinned Black woman from the South, a dark-skinned Black American woman from the South, who is enemy number one right now with this administration. You don't want to put a target on your back. So I am glad that the fan base got it together just in enough time, because we don't want her to be presented to be a problem, because she's already been able to get in rooms and get in spaces that have been closed for people like her. So listen, when you're the first one, you got to move a little different. And she has to, dot every I and cross every T. That's when you're a trailblazer, that's what you gotta that's a part of the process. So, hey, Indigo Girl, how are you? Thank you for being here. Hannah said they are trying to humble Ola and Nick. I don't know why they're still doing that. I feel like at this point you should realize that you can't. Like at this point, you should clock in. Is it not clocking to you? Like you should get it that, we're never going to be able to humble them. SEO Shogun said, I saw a great reminder that rejection is God's protection, and Olandria has always had a hand over her every time. She is absolutely blessed.
I like that, honey, because that's a true statement.
Tia B said they're trying to stretch this reunion out. They really are. I thought it was over. There's nothing else that needs to be talked about. Mama Star is in the building. Mama Star said, hey, Star family, your co-host Mama Star is here for the review. I hope everyone is having a great day today. Love you all, and thank you for supporting Nikki. Oh, you're so sweet, Mommy. Drewski said, popping in because I love y'all, but also need the laugh. I know about the Real Housewives Beverly Hills reunion is Tilly, and all I know about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion is Tilly in her dress, and that's all I care about. She is so great for this show. When I saw that dress, I said, of course. And this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. Yasmin said Real Housewives of Beverly Hills needs to wrap it up. They do not have anything to talk about this season at all. Simone said also rest in peace to Ted Turner, gave us CNN, Cartoon Network, TNT, Ted's Montana Grill, and Marlowe's Hampton Morgan.
Okay. Okay.
That's the first thing me and my mom said. We said, oh my God, check on Marlowe. Okay, but let me tell you something. If Ted left Marlo anything, Andy put her back on Atlanta. Put her back on Atlanta. She about to be a menace. Drewski. Hey, Drewski. Drewski said ever since Real Housewives of Atlanta was the first to do a 3-part reunion, now everyone must have one. I guess, God forbid, the white housewives not have what the black ones do. Oh. Yeah, absolutely. And they don't need it. They don't need it. Mom, if you're going to do all that, I want to ask you to go upstairs, please.
You can't ask me to go anywhere.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can, because I want to need you to be a focused co-host. If you hear Mama Star screaming or it's because she's also watching a basketball game, and I'm gonna let it rock because it's Philly is playing. So I get it and I absolutely understand. But if you're going to be in here, you're going to be attentive.
Oh, Nikki, you so fine. You so fine. You so my mind. Hey, Nikki.
Hannah says, I was mad they wasted Ola's time, but I'm glad she didn't go. Sometimes rejection is a blessing. Absolutely. Hannah said, I'm glad you aren't reviewing the show. Guys, that took a toll on me. That was a mess. And I think, honestly, it's not even a fan base that really got me like that. I'm a Sagittarius. I love whacking people. But I was just like, that show did not protect the women. Like, there was so much blatant racism, and that show did nothing. Why in the hell am I supporting that show if this is how you are letting me know that you treat black women?
Right.
I'd be a fool to do free advertisements for you.
That's right. We have to,
absolutely not. Especially now, you got to take a stand. You just have to. Drewski said 12-year-olds don't have homework. What homework? They can't read. We have a literacy crisis. Like, the teachers have been telling y'all, the kids can't read or write. They have no comprehension. All they know how to do is work an iPad to get on YouTube.
Yeah. Or play them games.
We're in a really scary time. E for Empathy said those Love Island lives got wild too. So many people got blocked. It was a mess. It was a mess. Simone said, I've already gotten tea about this season's cast. Good luck to Peacock surviving. Child. Now, here's the thing. I will be talking about the tea.
What tea?
We'll talk about whatever Love Island tea come out, but I'm not putting myself through that. Yasmin said, I'm happy Ola was not at the Met because she does not need to be in the same place with the Amazon crew. Now, listen, she does have a partnership with them, but I'm going to go ahead on and mind my business, right? Hold on, mama.
Yep.
Adios, míos. I'm going to let that rock. Here is why. When I say eat the rich, defund, deplatform billionaires and oligarchs, I am never talking about Black women. I am never talking about Black women. Now, if I want to talk about a Black woman, it's going to be a real specific sister. Candace Owens can choke, right? But Black women are at the absolute bottom of the list for people that we need to get together in this next revolution that would not be televised. I am never, almost never, talking about a Black woman. So I saw her little partnership with Amazon, and I said, "Get your coin, get your coin." But that don't mean don't go after Jeff. Absolutely. But if she's going to get something from him, I'm going to let her get something from him, because until the masses go after fight the real enemy, I'm going to let her rock, and I'm going to let her eat.
You can't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. With her being new and hitting the scene new, let her go this way and get her money quietly.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she didn't go to that Met and all of that. I'm glad everything went the way that it went. Let it die down a little bit. Let people forget that she got a little something with the Amazon, because people will get on her about that. So
you're all right. Cyber Diva said, "Nikki, your makeup is flawless, darling. Thank you so much." I am getting into, this is like an ode to my grandmother in fashion fair. Thank you. Thank you, Hannah. Hannah said, "Yeah, the Met doesn't do a +1."
Who was that for? I hear y'all.
Finn said, "Olandria would never say that because they intentionally have their separate careers." Absolutely. And they did it that way. Smart. And they did it early. My God, today. SEO Shogun said, "Zendaya didn't go this year either." And I think that was very smart of her. Very, very smart of her to not go. Cyber Diva said, "Billy Porter attended the Met Gala as a +1 with Ryan Murphy. He has yet to be invited back." Oh, really? So maybe they do +1s. Yasmin said, "The vibe at the Met seemed off from the clips I seen on TikTok." Oh, I watched it for as long as I could. It was bad.
And people seem disappointed on social.
Mm-hmm. And I felt like not only were people who were watching disappointed, I think the people who went there know that they let a lot of people down. It was like very somber. That's why people were on the carpet trying to make statements. But it's just like the biggest statement you could have made would have been just not attending. We don't need to see the statement on your garment. We don't need to see an ice out, necklace. We need to see you not going. That's the statement we're asking for. Tama said, "People who work behind the scenes are fortunate, always getting the tea on all the drama." Ciao. You know what? It's not very fortunate, because the tea is always that people are awful, and it's a lot worse than what you think. Princess says, "Most of the ensembles were underwhelming." I think the whole thing was just very underwhelming. It should have happened. People were trying to make statements. It just you're making a statement, but you're still there. You're still attending. Simone said, "I agree, Nikki. She should have never interacted with the fans that day. People were speculating from the Reisman's post when they were dressing Angel Reese." Yes, I absolutely saw that. Hannah said, "Waiting until the last minute to change her invite is foul." It is. It is. Hey, Joe. Joe said, "Nikki, have you tried the raspberry sorbet Olipop?" I cannot find it. I'm going to have to go to Simply Wholesome. You know what? I'm going to do it this weekend. Because that's the only place that I can find those like fun Olipops. But thank you for asking. Simone said, "Designers, donors, and companies buy out tables. Meta had a table this year and had Hudson William and Chase Infinity as their guests." Oh, that's crazy that Meta did that. I thought a designer would have been picked up Chase Infinity. That's crazy. Creme Brulee said, "The haters having a field day when they found out she wasn't attending, saying she's just an influencer." They can say whatever they want. It doesn't change the reality of who this woman is and what she has done. Cyberdiva says, yep, Cherry event sponsorship is low-key, high-key brand marketing. Absolutely. Empathy says, Olandria has been beyond that show for almost a year now. She'll be just fine. Her career was probably saved from not having to face any backlash from the capitalism gala. Absolutely. Absolutely. Olivia said, why they soft launching Blue as the next babe, though? Because she wants to retire. You have to realize Beyonce has been performing since she was 14. No, far beyond that. We met her at 14, but she's been performing her entire life. We don't know if Blue can sing, but if Blue can sing, we know that Blue can dance. We don't know if she can. Mom, Blue.
But what I mean,
Mom, Blue can dance. You've seen her on tour.
She's going to be the next Beyonce doing what?
We don't know if she can sing yet. She might be holding it. We don't know, but we know that Blue can dance. We don't know if she can sing. If Blue can dance and sing like her mama, Beyonce is Act 3 is going to be it.
She needs to Act 3 needs to be a rap because Beyonce is very good rapping. She can rap her face off.
Yeah.
That heavy metal, whoever advised her on that, that's going the wrong direction. But
Mom, it's not heavy metal, it's rock, and that is us.
Oh, she needs to do the rap thing.
She might do both. You never know. But I think that's why they're launching Blue Ivy, because that is around the time we met her mama. So she might just be doing that. So who's she gonna pass the mantle to? There's nobody to pass the mantle to.
She needs to come back with Destiny Child.
So she go. Oh my God! If she retires and go, oh my God!
And go what?
And does the Destiny's Child tour? If they come back, I can't take it. I can't even think about it. No, don't do it. No, don't do it. I will lose it.
They will shut it down.
I will lose it. Oh my gosh, I gotta get some money.
I got my booty bitches outfit in mind.
Girl,
I don't think you ready for this, girl. I don't think you ready for this.
Spissy says, yeah, it was given tone deaf, but I think the critique is valid. Oh, sure. Creme brulee. Oh, we got that one. Hey, Tifa. Tifa said this year is the last year Anna Wintour will be involved with the Met Gala. I wonder what things will look like next year. Child, who knows? Who knows? I hope billionaires aren't involved. Princess says, Bay couldn't see that Bezos was using her for goodwill and reputation. Well, the story is he got involved later. She had already, they had already asked her years prior to do this, and this is when she said yes to it, and then he got involved. So that's the story. Because this is such a slip up. So I tend to believe it, but who knows, child? Who knows? Simone said, been saying it since last year, the under 25 to attached to these kids and feel entitled to them through the show. Yeah, it's COVID. It's COVID. It is COVID.
And maybe them bringing Blue Ivy is to appeal to a younger generation. It might be going in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
The Met Gala or whatever.
The Met Gala is not going to go younger. Younger don't have the money. Met Gala has always been old money.
But I was just trying to justify Blue being there.
Blue is there because it's her mother, and Blue wanted to go there. You saw her on that carpet.
Everybody want to go there,
but everybody is not Beyonce, Mama.
Beyonce was the co-chair. That's why she's able to bring all.
Yes, her daughter and her husband was a plus two.
But why she didn't bring room?
Because you can't control room. You think that baby would have took off and ran up them stairs? No, you can't.
That's my girl.
They could barely control Blue. There was a whole section where they kept on telling her to take them glasses off, and she said, "I'm taking them off when I get upstairs." I was like, "Oh, teenage years, get ready, B." Mock Review said, once I found out Amazon and Jeff Bezos were involved, I didn't pay attention to the Met Gala. Yeah, it's like, I hate to say it, he kind of ruins everything that he touches.
Yeah.
Because y'all remember Whole Foods before him?
Yes. Whole Foods, you could taste food. They would say taking home.
It was such a beautiful place.
Oh my God. I don't even go there no more. And now they got Amazon inside of the Whole Foods.
Well, those things are closing. It's ridiculous. KG said Chase Infinity is with LV, but because she attended with Meta, she was able to be dressed by a different designer, Tom Brown. Oh, that was a Tom Brown dress? I loved it. I Am said this gala was so tone deaf, just like Kris Jenner's party. Go, girl, give us nothing. Simone said, I knew since the Renaissance tour that the retirement was on the way. I've processed Act 3. Please. I'm serious. I am going to have a moment if she retires. I really am. I'm going to have a moment if she says that. What do you mean big?
She's gaining weight.
She always gains weight when she's off of tour.
Oh, okay.
She likes being thick.
She likes that chicken.
Papa, she has a lifetime supply.
And it's another chicken place.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. As my mother, I love and respect you. However, I am the head of the Philadelphia Bay High chapter. Please walk lightly. Because I feel like you're trying to go somewhere, you're trying to say something, and I keep on going. I'm like, I can't be my mom. Like, I don't know what's happening. But let's chill. And you know what? When me and Arnold review the Met, I need you to go run some errands. Because I don't need you to be in here piping up with your negative commentary.
Oh, what?
Because Arnold is already going to be negative, yes, and I don't need you adding to it.
And wait a minute. Arnold's going to have him a cocktail, and then he's going to let y'all have it.
Oh, my God. I don't know what he's going to say. Like, my stomach has been enough. I have already told him, I said, Arnold, listen. Like, you can't, we can have our private chats of how you feel, but when you get on there, when you get on NikkiStar TV, okay, I need you to have some coup.
And some coup.
Oh, Lord, I'm dreading Friday.
No, he's going to let y'all know.
Oh. He said, only if I could be honest. I said, you can, but just let's realize you want somebody else's platform. Oh, Lord. Simone said, I had a Destiny's Child tour, final tour on DVD because my aunt went to the Atlanta show. If they do a reunion tour, my Bahama will be at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I'm going to, everyone. I will go international with them. Like, I am going to spend I will fundraise. I will GoFundMe. I will be at every Destiny's Child stop. I will be there. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. I met them at no. I met Beyonce at Star Search. But I met them, no. When it was the slow version. Don't play with me. I've been there.
With Wyclef.
Wyclef was the fast version. That's when they got popular. But I was, no. When she was on a swing, when it's really, yes. I've been there. And I will be at every last one. Every last one.
But I'm going to tell you one thing.
And I'm not paying my rent.
And you're getting out of here.
I'm letting y'all know now. I bought my Beyonce tickets. I can't make it. I will be at everyone.
I said he was going to get engaged to her. No, the day was engaged.
You talking about her former dance captain?
No, this was a fan. He said, we're going to buy a house. She said, no, I want my portion back because they were saving to buy a house. She want her portion back with her thumbs up so she could buy Beyonce tickets.
Well, he can't pay the whole thing? What? Look.
No, they were saving 4 hours.
No, he could cover that. And no. I understand. Do not get with a man that cannot buy you Beyonce tickets. Crazy. Princess said, I want to give Beyonce a pass with Bezos and Click, but I keep thinking about her sitting with the Trumps. You know what? I give her a pass for everything. That was the only thing where I was like, that was the only one I was like.
With the Trumps.
No,
she wasn't.
The Kushners. They was at some. They had them at the same table at some event. That was the only thing where I was like, how did Yvette let this happen?
Okay, and they made sure they let y'all see
her. Magic in Hampton said I had to leave and come back to the live to answer your question. No, not currently, but I've been a few times and I'm manifesting bringing some Black girl magic again this summer. I love it there. Oh, I can't wait. The Hamptons and Martha's Vineyard. I will be there. I will be there. Simone said Blue was the manager that day. Tyreek Withers talked about Blue introducing him to her mom. She runs the family, period. I will never forget when they were at, I think it was the Grammys, and Beyonce and Jay-Z were clapping for somebody, and Blue went, That's when the meme started of her being a manager, because she was just like, y'all doing too much. She said, calm down, you're Beyonce.
And Beyonce had on snacks for her.
They had to give her some snacks because she was so vocal at that award show.
They didn't win that man.
And that's why Blue said, stop all that clapping for everybody. They embarrassed you.
That was a conversation at home before they got there.
And she said, calm down. Yeah. Know who you are. Know who you are. Oh, I loved her. Thomas said, I've seen too much criticism on social media about Bey and Rihanna gaining weight and getting older. Well, here's the thing.
I get that too, so I understand.
Yeah, Mom,
I get that.
You know what happens when you fat shame?
No, I get that too, that I'm picking up weight, like Beyonce.
Okay, now we're in delusional territory. So I'm going to stop conversing with you. Well, here's the thing. The girls have been on top for so long. The people are happy that they got something.
Yeah, and Rihanna just had 10 babies back to back. Give her a minute.
And who says that she's done?
Oh, Jow.
Rihanna said she wanted all them kids. So who says that she's done?
And her husband said, I don't need no nanny. I waited all this long time for these kids. I don't need nobody to baby.
Period.
So they all going to be wherever they at. All them kids going to be. So look for.
Bianca said, I can separate Beyonce from the foolishness of the organizers. Plus, people still have Amazon subscriptions. So please. Yeah, Black women are not at the top of my list when it comes to eating the rich. Let them sisters rock. Especially ones that aren't harmful. But I hope it's if she just retires herself and then she goes into being with Destiny's Child.
Well, her husband ain't retired. He got a couple tours, dates.
Mom, how do you know?
He's doing.
He's just doing the Roots,
and he's doing Madison Square Garden.
That's not a tour. He's just doing performances.
Okay, that's 2 performances. First, he started with one. Now it's 2. Keep your eyes.
I will. I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Okay, because he's coming out here.
Simone said we got one more tour because that knee has been through enough. It has, and she deserves time. She deserves rest. She deserves. The thing about it is the poor lady can't retire because who will we be left with?
Cardi. Because Cardi just getting started. Cardi.
I love me some Cardi.
Yeah.
But we don't have anybody on Beyonce's level. We
Cardi.
don't.
After her man just got her embarrassed again, she's going back out on tour.
No way you think that Cardi is a replacement for Beyonce. No way you think that. Mom, stop it. Stop it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, y'all went to see all her shows were sold out.
Because I'll give it to her, it was a good show, but we're talking about who is the next Beyonce. There isn't one right now. Hannah said, I'm glad Beyonce is pushing for Blue to be her legacy and stuff. Okay. Kay said, now you're approaching delusional territory, so I'm please, I have to use it all the time. When Mama Star gets a little delusional, that's when I tap out. That's when I tap out. Smithy said, Mama Star, please. Lord, that's when I tap out. Let's move on to Nick and Vulture.
Okay.
Oh God, she's going to pipe in about this one. So Vulture wrote an article about Nick and some other reality TV stars. And there was obviously some disagreements about what was written, because I didn't know it was any drama or anything happening until I saw this. And I don't follow Nick. So for this,
I do.
We know, Mama. So for this comment to come up in the to come up in my feed, that means there was a lot going on. It was a lot going on. A lot of people were talking about it. So this comment came up in my feed. This is from Nick. This is from Threads. He says, "Dear Vulture Magazine, I fly all the way to New York where you asked me to be photographed half naked and you smile and shake my hand and then write some S like that. I'm sure I'll be told not to speak about this." So then I was like, well, what happened? Because, Nick is always, the fun guy, very neutral. He doesn't really say anything. So for him to like call out a magazine like that, it had to be something. So this clip also came up. I saw this clip. I couldn't get the full article. It doesn't really matter, but I'm just saying I couldn't get the full article because Vulture is behind a paywall. In 2026, girl, bye. So this is the part that upset him. Summer 2025 was a season Love Island became undeniable. Clips from season 7 were such viral sensations that for a few weeks in June and July, there was a higher percentage of ambient Love Island content than there was relative to humidity in Manhattan. The king of those clips was Nick Van Steenberg, the baffled mind behind the inescapable Mamacita meme, stemming from his utter inability to process the idea that his co-star Huda Mustafa is the mother of a child. But the real key to Van Steenberg's success was his ability to pivot. He could tell which way the island wind was blowing and consequently adapt from ladies' man to yearning, twerking boy next door as the early couple turnover called for it. By the middle of the season, the fandom had Cole said, okay, around pairing him with co-star Olandria Carthen. Never mind that they didn't seem to be more than friendly colleagues. Van Steenberg's gamely played along, leaning into the role of the person in love with Olandria. Nasty work. With such comfort and poise that it barely mattered if it was true. Though they were not technically the season's winners, NiCOLANDRIA were the runaway victors in all the ways that actually count. Fan fondness and sponsorship deals, Van Steenberg is now pursuing the most tried and true reality side hustle, DJ for hire. Okay. Hold on. Trying to get this. I forgot how to take this off. So there also was a question and answer part, and it seemed like it was like they wrote that about him, but they also had him sit down and they asked him questions, and none of it led to that. So I think he was just very caught off guard. Like, wait a minute, I sat down, took pictures with you guys. You guys asked me questions, and then you write this about my relationship, because basically what they're saying is, they don't think that he actually likes her. They likes Olandria. They think that he is faking being in this relationship for opportunities. They're calling him an opportunist. And Nick, knowing personally, right, what Olandria has went through since leaving the villa, and then, the comments, the racist comments and all of those things that continue to come from that part of the fan base, and people constantly denying their relationship, because what it is that they cannot fathom that this attractive white guy likes this black woman, right? So their thought process diminishes Olandria down to just her skin color, and her skin color being undesirable to them. So they're just like, there's no way that he could really like her unless he's faking it for opportunities. And after he's constantly said and tried to prove that he does love her, that they are in a relationship, that he is happy with her, he still has to fight it again, because people, mainly his community, does not want to believe or accept that he actually really cares for her. And I think with him speaking up and saying something, it's because, one, he's probably really tired of it. Two, he's protecting his girlfriend. And three, it actually insults his character when they say that he is lying and playing this woman who has been through so much harm for opportunities. I got to be honest with you. If he's playing Olandria for opportunities, then he's doing a terrible job, because her success has absolutely superseded everyone in that villa, including him. Including him. So if he's playing her, he's not doing a very good job. I have to say personally, all I've seen from this guy is him putting her on a pedestal, him putting her on a platform. Even talking to Pain about Esther, it's just like, oh no, he loves her. I was doing her makeup until the wee hours. He stayed. He got us food. He hung around. He did not leave her side. Like, this is the real deal. But constantly having to prove that is such an issue with this couple, because at the beginning and middle and end of the day, it is just racism. They want to say, no way he likes this blackie. No way he likes this N-word. He is playing this N-word for opportunities. That's what they're saying to him. That's what he read. And that's why he's pissed and upset. And we can be sure that he will never sit down with Vulture again, because that was a hit piece. That was a hit piece. They're saying he knows how to pivot. And the best way for him to pivot was to get under this black girl neck like he likes her for opportunities. We ain't seen Nick at none of them award shows. We ain't seen Nick on not as many covers as Olandria. We don't have legitimate celebrities daily in Nick's comments on Instagram. It's Olandria. So what opportunities is he getting that he wouldn't have got on his own? Haters. I wouldn't be surprised if the writer of that article is a white woman. I couldn't read it. I couldn't get the whole thing because it was under a paywall, and I'm not paying Vulture or signing up for that magazine. Get the hell out of here. But I wouldn't be shocked if it is, because I why would you want to believe that a white guy that you desire, that you think that you can get, wants her? I keep on telling y'all, the rise of Olandria is making the preference very uncomfortable. Very, very, very uncomfortable, because they feel as if the attention that this woman is going to get will replace their status as the preference of men. One, I can absolutely understand that, right? Because men are followers. We have already talked about this. Straight men are followers, right? They are the biggest submissives out of the human species, right? They were never meant to lead. That's why any male-led nation is always in the upside down, because they are being led by submissive followers. So we're in this like kind of chaos because we have the wrong leadership. The planet is a matriarchy, but we're on the upside down. I say all that to say, the reason why the preference is shaking in their boots is because they know, right? Although they've allowed themselves to become male-centered, and although they've allowed themselves to submit to losers, right? They know that men are followers. And so they get very uncomfortable with an Olandria, with her becoming popular, with an attractive white man who has influence and popularity, with him openly loving on her, protecting her, submitting to her, opening up doors for her. They have an issue with that, right? Because what their issue is that men are going to see that, and men are going to follow, and they will no longer be the preference of men. Let me tell you something, preference. Your spot will always be secure. Here's why. Black women, especially dark-skinned Black women, are not submissive. That's why they don't like us. We are not letting the men lead us to folly. So you are safe. A few of them in high positions who are absolutely followers will absolutely follow Nick, right? It will change the preference at some point. But there are always going to be men who will not choose us because they cannot own us. So you're fine. Don't be a hater. Be a girl's girl. Support this sister. Let her rise. It is actually for the good of humanity that a Black woman is put in her rightful position. Anyway, shout out to Nick for loving and protecting his sister. Shout out to Nick for getting Vulture together and putting it on blast. And shout out to NiCOLANDRIA. We are rooting for you guys, whether it lasts or not. You're our clients. We're going to stand 10 toes down for you all. So good luck. Screw Vulture. We rise. That's all I have to say about that. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. Baka said here for Beverly Hills, I'm late. No, you're right on time. Beverly Hills is next. We're going to end with 90 Day Fiance because it's the longest. Thomas said, Mama Star loves her some Big Belgian. Oh, that's her baby. She loves Nick. She loves Nick more than she loves Joey from The Bachelor. And Joey was her baby. But Nick, oh, she don't play about him. She does not play about him. Cataway says there are some time gaps. How long was it before Beyonce came out? Who besides Michael was on that level? Someone is born and training in heels right now with their millennial mama. That's the thing. Like with Michael Jackson, when he was coming up, there was so much talent. So there was so much support from him. So everything wasn't on just one person. With Beyonce, all of her peers dead, retired, disappointing. So it's like everything is on her, poor thing. Everything is on her. So, and nobody's rising to the occasion now because we're in a season of mediocrity. So unfortunately, she got to put everything in her child. And we'll find out sooner or later if Blue can sing.
Can I just say something really quickly?
What?
Well, I noticed that you didn't ever say anything about Taraji P. Henson.
What about her?
You said about the Met Gala.
Because I'm not covering the Met, Mama. Do you want to save that for the Met?
Oh, are we doing the Met? Okay.
The Met is on Friday with Arnold. Okay. Lord. Hannah said, anytime these magazines or fans insinuate Nick doesn't like Ola, I just know the misogynoir is leaking. Absolutely. Ethan Ripley said, this article is so incredibly insulting. Absolutely. Karen says, hey, Nikki, hey, Star family. Sorry I'm late. You're right on time. Hey, Lorena, how are you? Spency says, this article is so nasty. Absolutely. Absolutely. Princess says they definitely used and bamboozled him. They did. And remember, he did this article a very long time ago. So for them to drop this now is just very, very weird. Hannah says they think he likes Sierra over Ola. That's anti-blackness. I think it's not even that. I think they just cannot fathom him actually liking Olandria. And it really disappoints me because she felt the same way.
But I'm going to say this. and I'm going to be clear. They are showing some clips now of, I keep seeing it on social media, where he's always been into her.
He said from day one he expressed that he liked her. But no, he also said from day one he liked her. Yeah. The show knew that he liked her.
Right.
So, and he was talking about there were so many moments that we just never saw.
Then I just seen a clip of him talking to Sierra about the kiss.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think I sent it to you because he said, well, he wanted to do that. She said, because her problem was, she was asking him, why didn't you tell me about it? Because Olandria told her about the kids. He said, because I didn't want to talk about it. He did not feel for her. He was doing, she came on the show, which y'all keep on forgetting, and jumped in the bed with him, and he was with Bella. Okay? So she came in and stole up on something. And the way you get them, it's the way you lose them. So she thought she had it all in the bag. But he didn't know how to go about her. Because if you remember when they first talked, he told her, I always admired you, but I just did not know how to approach you. And plus he was friends with Taylor. So, I mean, I could give y'all a whole Olandria and Nick. This ain't my show, I'm just a co-host. Sometimes I get silenced. But they the real deal. And if people don't want to believe it at this point, I'm with him and Olandria. Let them believe what they want to believe.
Yeah.
Do your thing, chicken wing.
Yeah.
And they need to go ahead on and have fun. What they gonna do when the girl come up pregnant? What they gonna say then? That's up. But she ain't getting pregnant.
Right now. No, I'm about to say, right? We do not want her to get pregnant right now.
No, we getting money. No. I'm just saying that as a, like when are we going to believe when they walk down the aisle?
No, they're still going to find issues. Yeah. They're still going to find issues.
Because he ain't letting her go nowhere. And guess what? She do all of that, but she ain't letting him go anywhere either. Mm-hmm. As that girl said, do you mind if I kiss him on the cheek? She said, do I kiss your man on the cheek? Can I kiss your man on the cheek? She had just lost it right then. She's supposed to be acting like, she just let it down. Do I ask you that about your man? Go ahead. So he was like, Olandria, do you want to leave because they're going to keep on? She said, no. No, do your thing. I'm right here. Are you done, Mama Star? I told you she don't play about that boy. Carry on. She don't play about that boy. But while she was going on and defending her baby, I found out who the author of that article is, and I'm gonna show her right now. Ciao. I'm gonna show her right now. Hold on, child. I let Mama Star go on because I was doing some research, Mamacita. And let me tell you something. Trust that discernment. Trust that discernment. Because I was reading it and I said, I think I know what this author looks like. I think I know who wrote this article. Never wrong. Rebecca Jennings. She said, how could he want her when he could have me? Chow. And who's shocked? Who's shocked? She was probably, because she interviewed him, so she was probably flirting with him the whole time. And Nick didn't take the bait. Okay. Who's shocked? Who's shocked? Not me. One thing about him, he always brings a witness or somebody with him. Oh, he has to. So his sister. He won't get jammed. He'll bring his sister. He'll bring his because boy. They want to get him in something. Yes. And they want to prove that he is not attracted to this woman. They need something to prove that she is not desirable, and they can't take that they can't find anything because it will never be true. It will never be true. Whether you like it or not, Olandria is humanity's beauty standard. Whether you like it or not. See, the beauty standards that some of y'all have been forced to believe, that had to be beaten to you. You don't need to shed blood to see Olandria's beauty. Mm-hmm. Other people, you got to kill, wipe out nations, force people to be attracted or call this person attractive.
You look at Olandria and you just know it because it's the truth.
And she probably looking at him all naked when he had on gold pants.
He mentioned he was naked.
Yeah, half naked.
Half naked.
And the jewels were showing.
She said, "Oh, let me get some of that."
Okay.
He said, "No, this is for the black woman in my life," and that just burned her biscuits and her bangs. Me said the author of the article was, of course, was a white woman. She privated her DMs and her account when the article came out. Of course.
No, she didn't private her. Because she knew who was coming.
She knew. Ephraim said people would be mad if they made constant couples content too. They can't please people. So I love that they keep their blinders on and run their races. Me too. Me too. Hannah said, why are people so gleeful to see Ola go through what Janae went through? Well, again, it's because you have to, black women are extremely powerful. And you have to continue constantly, pummel into the mind of a black woman that she is less than so that she can stay there. Mm-hmm. If you let up for 1 second, that sister gonna start to believe. And once she believes it, gets it, and know it, you can't stop her. She will be unstoppable, unconquerable, and ungovernable. So you gotta keep on digging at her, because the minute she realizes who she is, you're done. And that's why. Olivia said even his celeb basketball appearance was because of her. Ain't nobody checking for the white boy. Ask Northwest, LOL. She said, where's Olandria when she met him? She cried. She cried when she saw Olandria. Okay. They know who she is. They have to make sure she doesn't believe that. Every day, child.
Yeah, when she first met
every
him,
day.
She said, where's Olandria? And he had to call Olandria.
Yep.
For Northwest.
Miss P said straight men are followers. I never thought of that. Hello, look at the military. It's the reason why the military ain't full of women. You can't convince a woman to do just about anything. Absolutely. A woman gonna ask some questions. Wait a minute, why are we going over there? Why are we fighting now? Who said what? Let's talk about this. You tell a man, you tell a straight boy, he just gonna do it. Oh my God. You know how easy it is to get a man to kill somebody? Oh my God. Listen, I have watched, I grew up watching Snapped. I have watched every episode of Snapped. The most hideous woman with the most rancid coochie can get a man to kill another man, or can get a man to kill anybody. It is so easy to play in their minds. That's why I don't know why women be so beat up over these dudes. You can get one and you can get him to do anything. They're so easy. They're so easy to corrupt. So look at what's happening. The most hideous and corniest men got podcast mics and are convincing men to do anything. They're so easily fooled. That's what I keep on telling the black community. If we're going to get out of this, it's going to be black women and the gay black men. Those are the only two communities that's going to be able to get us out of this. Them straight men just got to be the muscle. And that's it. That's how it's supposed to be. Nobody wants to listen. Anyway, that's why the preference is pissed. Because they know the men are going to follow. They know that the men are going to follow. Men do not have a preference. A man's preference is what another man tells him it is. That's it. That's why when they cheat with somebody, everybody's like, I can't believe you cheated with her. That's who he wants. That's what he actually likes. But another man told him that this is who he should like. And this is how he should be. And he said, sure. Ooh. You don't know how hard it is, like literally being attracted to somebody who you just know you're smarter than. It's like, why, God? Why? Cameron said, right, the only person who could actually stand next to Beyonce is Usher, but Usher keeps embarrassing himself every time. Every time. Simone said the person who wrote the article privated their socials and voted deleted the excerpt. Voted and made an enemy of him and Olandria. Not smart. Not smart. Amaya says, one thing to know is that men don't do anything they don't want to do. Learned that quick. If he wanted to be with C, he would be with C. Per. Also, I've said this before. Men notorious for dating and marrying up. Don't get mad at Nick because he saw who Olandria was from day one. He knew. He knew. He said, that's what I want. It was the show that said, absolutely not. Absolutely. We're here to degrade Black women. We are not here to have this attractive, popular white guy yearn for her. Absolutely not. The only reason why they did it was because Black women forced them to.
And every chance he got, he did. In the challenge when he came out.
He was on her every time. They just made sure we didn't see it. He was on her from day one. Taylor told him to pause because that's what I want.
Let me tell you one thing. Then when he sucked her toes, that was everything for me. Y'all can say whatever y'all want, but ain't.
And she did not have the pedicure.
Okay, and she did not say no.
That's what she was like. Amma said they could have gravestones together and people would still say he didn't like her or he was under a spell. Robert De Niro already been through this slander. And look at him.
But he still loved his child.
Robert De Niro I think, don't he got a newborn? Listen.
Okay.
Robert ain't coming off them Black women.
Wait a minute. What did Olandria say to Nick? You want some chocolate?
Come here, Milk. Listen.
Okay. Then when they asked him what was his favorite candy.
Okay. Mom, you're not gonna run down every NikkiNicoleStar moment. Kenny said Mama Star is right. The fact that she even liked Taylor is so crazy. She had eclipsed them. Olandria was at the Vanity Fair in Huda Court case. LOL. The Lord said, vengeance is mine. Per. Not to even talk about Huda, but did you see them pictures of her in a hoodie outside that her boyfriend's baby mama house?
Honey, I like the baby mama.
Said a man would never have me like that. I couldn't believe it.
Let me tell you one thing. That baby mama said, I don't even want him around my baby.
And I don't blame her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame her. If that's the judgment you're making with that woman, raise your hands, raise your hands, raise your hands, raise your hands. Raise your hands. Slow down, Mom. That orange ain't going nowhere. Sorry, raising a boomer. Hey, Jesse. Jesse said, bless you, Mama. Jesse said, hi, Nikki and Mama Star. Olandria.
Back like I never left.
Olandria is the it girl and they can't believe it. Too bad she will rise with or without Nick. Oh, absolutely. Olandria is the star. Nick knows that. He is smart enough to get with a star. That's the thing. And the reason why they work is because he knows that she's the star. All men need to just get, if all men were like Nick and they got it that the woman is a star, it's always the woman that is the star, right? That is why the church is forcing y'all to marry, right? It's not because, this is what the Lord wants. It's because that woman is going to make your life better. She increases your life in every aspect. Women are the star. Nick was smart enough to know that, and he's not intimidated by her. He loves her. He wants her to flourish. He really cares about her, but he knows who she is. He knows who he is, and he's okay with that. He's okay with lifting her up because he knows who she is, even if she didn't know. My God, today. It really was giving Jesse and the Pussycats. Simone said, what in the 2002 club photo is this? Child, I know she was trying to do everything to get Nick. And he was like, okay, have a good day, ma'am. Have a good day, ma'am.
That's why he cussed her out like that.
Yep.
He saw her.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you just mad because I never fell.
Mm-hmm. They do that all the time. Mm-hmm. If they try to go after a man and the man turns them down, oh, he's gay. Oh, he doesn't really like that girl. He really wants me. Like they because they have in their mind, this is with every preference, not just white women. This is with every preference. They have in their mind that if that man does not want you, something is wrong. Something is wrong with the man.
Jamila,
Who was Jamila?
Stefan Diggs.
Oh, you keep on wanting to talk about that. We don't do that over here. Take that to Love and Hip Hop. OMG. Princess. Cameron says she can't even get her foundation right. Okay. Oh my God. Thomas said women like her can be picked by 99 men who will hyperventilate and throw up over one man that doesn't. Yep. BY said not shocked at all. A blonde bimbo. Okay. Y'all are y'all dragging.
Yeah, she
my God, today y'all don't play about Ola. I love it. BY says she is anti-black. She believes that she is less than, and that yet she believes she deserves to live Olandria's life. Always. And that jealousy is so dangerous, man.
Yeah.
They were. DGF said wars were before over that Bama beauty. They absolutely were. Absolutely were. Homebody Brit said they don't even have to be convincing and they kill. They don't even have to be convincing and they kill on Snap. It's so easy. It's so easy to convince them to do every and anything. Followers. There is what is his name on? What is the name of that basketball player that got he walked into a crowd of men? It's not Jalen.
He walked into a crowd of men.
He left a restaurant and it was all these men crowding around him and they would start pulling on him. He fell to the ground and he was like, like they all had their cameras out. And it was just like, the guy was like, this basketball player, he was screaming at them like, stop. And they were all like laughing and like holding up their cameras to get a picture and to get an autograph. It was so crazy. And then I saw this, I forget this rapper's name, but it's still going viral on Threads, where he came out to perform and it was all men. It was all men at the front of the stage and he was so disappointed. And the men were screaming, like, waiting for him to like pick them.
Oh no. I don't know either one of them.
Amma says men like what other men want them to like. Absolutely. And who they cheat with is who they actually want. all the time. Well, oh my God, I can't believe he got with her. That's what he wants. Mm-hmm. But the men that he looks up to told him he should get something else. The men who he wants to be like told him he should get something else.
No, his father told him if you.
What father? What father?
Nick's father.
What's father? Oh no, we're talking about Nick. I was talking about just men. We're not talking about Nick.
Nick's father said, "Go after her. You love her. Go after her."
Yasmin said, Nikki with another word. Straight men are followers. Absolutely. Not all. The ones that we like actually go up for, those are the ones that stand alone. Those are the ones that the follower men call simps. The ones that get it. The ones that know who we are. Those are the ones that we need to be rooting for. And I won't say put on the pedestal because they still can't give them too much, child. You can't give them too much. Yep. Thomas said men uses women to impress other men. Absolutely. Joe said, when I was closeted, I was hyper aware that most straight men do stuff for the approval of other straight men. The irony. Yep. Cameron said straight men will literally put their life on the line for another straight man, even to go against black women. Absolutely. Look at the music industry. Look at the entertainment industry as a whole. There are so many men just ravaging the community, right? Just causing so much brutality, harming women. And then when that man gets locked up or whatever, then they do a documentary. And what is it? All men talking about how they knew it wasn't right, but did nothing. That singer D4 did or whatever, that monster that killed that little girl, he had help. How do you help somebody kill a child?
I can't talk about that.
Well, we're not going to talk about that. But it's just like, it's so easy for them. And I always say, men and male-centered women, get them far away from me. Get them far away from me.
Did that. I
We're not talking it on. Yeah. We're not talking about it here, but I don't agree. Girl, what?
Somebody gave him a message.
It's not. It's not always the Illuminati. My God, today some people are just evil.
I wasn't even talking about the Illuminati.
Janelle said, "Wait, I just joined. Hey, everyone, what happened with Nikki and Ola? By the way, I was so excited to see her on the carpet. Me too, but I'm glad she didn't go to that. Well, there was a Vulture article that basically said that Nick was faking like he likes Olandria, and we put two and two together and realized it was written by a white woman. Nick responded to that article and was very disappointed about it. And so we were just discussing that. Kenny said, Cataway says, and Nick seems so confident who he is. He really is. He really is. BY says, some Black straight men are our ops. April was riddled with violence against Black women. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the Black men who came to the defense of their alpha brother, take note of those prominent Black men who talked about his mental health and not the fact that he annihilated his entire family. Take note, Roland Martin is done with me, child. No, he can't come back from that. Cameron says, speaking of Love Island, do you see they released a teaser for the new season and people was dragging them in the comments? Here's the thing. They invited a very violent, racist, and misogynistic community into their fan base. And they made the show a place for them to harm the cast by not checking them and, giving and editing the show a certain way, editing clips on their social medias a certain way. They are feeding them young people up to that audience for them to destroy. Love Island is in a very, very, very dangerous territory. And all it takes is one brave young woman to speak up and tell her story. That's all it takes. But I feel like the show is going to go too far. And it's either going to be a young woman or a young man, probably white, who's going to make sure that show never puts together another episode. They are going into such a dangerous territory, but they feel like they got the juice. Okay, karma is moving quick. Be ready. I'm gonna say, Nikki, now when I go to the club, the men have pushed me to stand with the male DJ. Oh, they standing on bars. They trying to get pictures with the man. Here, daddy, take a picture with me, daddy. They asking you to buy them a drink. We've switched places. It's very weird. It's very weird. Oh, I remember that from Metro Boom. He was so disappointed, Play Jane. I remember that. Spency, no, that is on the list for me to watch it this weekend, and we are absolutely going to talk about it. When I used to see him on TikTok, I was just like, I was not shocked. I saw like one of his lives. I didn't hop in because it was so disturbing. But one of his lives came up on my feed, and he was like talking, and the people in the comments were letting him know that he was abusing them. He was like, I'm not abusing them. This is what they want to do. And then like while he was talking, he noticed that they were standing up. And he turned around and looked at those grown adults, mainly men, and told them to get on their knees. And they did it. Without hesitation. Because that is who they are, naturally. And to be honest with you, it's not a read. I don't think that there's anything wrong with playing your position in nature. Hello, the lion, the king of the jungle, he has no problem playing his position. They use that man for protection and to breed. And he don't do nothing unless them baby mamas tell him what to do. He is there to gate, keep, and breed. He not running nothing. But they let him have a title, king of the jungle. That's what you want to do. But at the beginning, middle, end of the day, we run that pride. We got this. All you do is make sure we don't get harmed. And when we're ovulating, let's get it on and crack it. Other than that, the day-to-day, we run this show. That's just nature. That's just how it's supposed to be. We are living in this because we're in the upside down. We're in the upside down. Y'all can't convince me that if that woman was running this nation, we'd be living like this. We're the better option every time. Every time. Thomas said, and I'm not talking about this, but I just did want to speak on this because I've seen this a lot. This is about the D for D guy. Thomas said, where was that little girl's parents? Her parents are immigrants. They can't even speak English. They didn't know. I remember, like I told you, I used to teach. I can't. The sad thing is, I can't speak no Spanish, but I used to actually teach Spanish in high school to Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 to a fellow classmate because he could not speak Spanish, and he could not speak Spanish because his parents didn't want him to, and they wanted him to only understand English, and they wanted him to become very Americanized, and did not really teach him his culture because they needed him to be the American representative of the family. So I, as a Black American, had to teach him his native tongue. Well, not really native because of colonization, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So I think that little girl had a lot of responsibilities put on her at a very young age, because she has parents who, they can't even do interviews. Somebody's doing interviews for them. So I don't think that they weren't active in her life. I think there was just probably a communication barrier there by design, by them, It's unfortunate. It really, really, really is unfortunate. Busola said the looks maxing guys are basing their whole aesthetic or impressing other men, even though they're supposed to be trying to attract women. The looks maxing guys are getting hooked on meth. The most popular one overdosed on meth. He's shooting up while streaming. And that's their God. Ladies, if you don't take your rightful position to get this world spinning on the right axis, my God, today, please take control. We're going straight to hell. Please take control. Please. Please. My God, today. Yeah. Oh my God. Again, we got to move on to Beverly Hills. But did y'all see that video of those cops going to that fraternity and those boys were half naked in the basement?
What?
Yes, they were being hazed. And the cops were telling them to get out of the basement so they could come upstairs. Those boys didn't move.
Oh, yeah.
Those boys didn't move. And the cops were like, it's over. You're not being hazed anymore. You can leave. Come. Like the cops were telling them to leave, and they wouldn't move. And all the women in the comments were just like, oh my God, these are going to be like future lawyers and judges and like leaders in communities. And they only moved when the older frat guy told them to. And y'all crying over them? Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Simone says, same with my family. My parents didn't teach me French and Swahili until we started visiting our family back home, and they got my parents together asking why I'm speaking English. It happens all the time because they need one person from that family to be the American, and it's normally the kid because the kid is just easier for that kid to adapt. Ugh, child. Anyway, let's move on to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and there's one more episode left. Ah! Let's talk about it. Come meet the man I need.
Star family, can we get some likes?
Oh yes, let's get some likes in the chat. Let's get some likes. The only thing that I really want to talk about is this, and I've said this before. This group continues to make Amanda popular because she pays them dust. And I think her approach has worked for her so well. two things that happened with Amanda. One, she paid them dust, and she's still very kind to these ladies in conversations. She does not get into anything with them. She lets everything roll off her back. And that works in her favor because it's looking like they're bullying this lady, right? Because it's just like, you check her, you tell her to do something, she fixes it, and then she goes, and then she tries to move forward. None of y'all never want to move forward with her. So everybody's just like, well, hold on. If she keeps on trying to do the work, she keeps on making the corrections, she keeps on apologizing, you guys say it's not enough. What's wrong with you? The second thing, Carlos King did a great commercial for her because that interview got the Black community on her side. He made her palatable to not the Black community, but he made her palatable to her audience, to his audience. And his audience is mainly Black people who watch Bravo. So when she went on his podcast and everybody saw that she was really likable, and everybody saw that not only was she likable, but he really liked her and he really made the audience engage with her. Then all of a sudden, that same audience the Black people who watch Carlos King's, what does he call him? What? Raindrops. Why do you call y'all raindrops? Anyway, raindrops, all of a sudden the raindrops are now protecting Amanda. So when Bose, did her little stunt with Amanda, it just didn't work because not only are the white girls who we knew were going to turn on her in the first place, right? Not only are they getting Bose together, the raindrops are getting Bose together because they like Amanda more than they like Bose because of the stunt that Bose pulled last season with Garcelle. So then we get to Bose, right? And Bose at this reunion is talking about what she has done and how her and Amanda are not doing the same thing. But Amanda's just like, we kind of are. So I don't know what the issue is. Even the stuff that Bose didn't like that Amanda did, Chat GPT and her, and looking up her stats or whatever. But Amanda was just like, you did that to me. Bose yells at her, just like, no, I did not. And Amanda's like, okay, well, I'm sorry, right? So that's the thing with Amanda. She will apologize and she will try to move forward. The fact that this group doesn't want to move forward with her is making us feel like, well, what is the real issue? You just don't like the lady, and that isn't enough. And I think it's so triggering because this group has done this to so many other housewives. Everybody's sick and tired of them at this point. So that's another reason why Amanda is getting so much protection. It's not necessarily her. It's because the fan base is sick of them bullying the younger cast members or just finding someone they don't like to get them off the show. Everybody's just like, we might not like her, but not this one, not right now. So you have that part of the fan base defending her as well. So Bose really didn't have much to go with or much support going into this reunion. And then her reunion performance was so poor, it was just like, yeah, it's you kind of really can't go too much farther with this because the performance is very poor. Regardless of how you identify, you are a dark-skinned Black woman yelling at this white girl who keeps on apologizing to you. It's giving bully, right? Before you even got to the show, it was already your appearance alone. They were already going to see you as a bully. Then you are feeding their racism with you yelling at this lady and checking her for absolutely no reason. There is no foundation for why you don't like her, other than the fact that your people, your side, your clique decided that they were not going to like her. But again, you thought you were above it, and you're not, because Justice Sutton set up Garcelle to fail to be her pit bull. And then when it was time for Garcelle to get some protection, she backed up. Sutton is doing the same exact thing to Bose. Sutton will sit there and drag Amanda. And then when she has to face Amanda, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, I didn't. All of a sudden, she's so apologetic. But when she's sitting with Bose, she's dragging this lady, feeding Bose, and Bose can never clock it and never really see it, right? Because if you couldn't see it for Garcelle, you absolutely are not going to be able to see it for yourself. So now we have the situation where Bose is sitting there by herself in this whole issue with Amanda, looking like the bully, right? When all them other ladies on that show, except for Kyle, don't like Amanda either. They've all sat and dragged her. Bose was not alone in looking up her resume. However, only Bose is taking the heat. We knew we would be here. So let's get into Bose and Andy. Bose is talking about her tenures and how they're very short tenures. Andy was confused. He was just like, I don't really, he was checking that because like, it don't really make sense that you have such short tenures, alluding to, oh, you keep on getting fired. And Bose goes, well, a lot of times in those 10 years, I come in for a project. If the project isn't done well, I am normally the person that they would get rid of. I think what Bose was trying to say but could not say, basically Bose is the diversity hire, right? She got a lot of these positions around, 2020 and around that time. And she also did do some work before then, but she was a diversity hire. She was a Black person that the companies would bring in to show that they are diverse and that they are not racist, right? Or to show that they are on the right side of history. It happens all the time, right? So with her being the diversity hire, she knows that going into this, that she won't be there for long, but she's there to get the money, the notoriety, and the status. Smart. They're both using each other. The company is using Bose for diversity. Bose is using the company for money, status, and accolades, and to get the next position. So she can't say that, but she was trying to explain it. But Bose, you're trying to explain it to a white man who doesn't have to do those things. So nobody at the reunion, including Andy, is going to understand what you're talking about because they are white. They never have to be a diversity hire. Not even Andy. Because when you get to that status, when you get to that tax bracket, they do not care about who you're sleeping with. They only do that to the poors. So she's over explaining herself. It's not really landing. Then she goes to her social media. Andy, come here. Let me get you together. And it doesn't really work. Why? Because Andy is protected by that Bravo community that you served yourself up to as somebody who was an attack dog for a white woman. Now you want to put yourself in a position where, oh no, I want you to see me as a fully realized human being. Well, that audience that you put yourself in front of will never see that. Because even though Amanda might be wrong, even though, you might have some receipts on her, you are still a Black woman. They're never going to ride for you over Amanda. We saw them turn in record time and be like, oh, Bose is mean. Bose is a bully. Bose shouldn't come back. But they loved you when they could say the things that they wanted to say about Black people, about Garcelle, and you didn't do anything. You ate it up. You loved how they were talking about you. Now it's, I can't believe, now she's online crashing out about how people are treating Black women. You can't do that now because you didn't do it before when it was happening to another Black woman. So the Black audience that you want to protect you is looking at you like, sorry, you're on your own. I do believe that she probably will have another season. I think Bose is only going to remain on the show as long as Dorit needs her. I think she is in extreme danger right now alone. Kyle don't like her. Kyle let her know, I can't, because you like Dorit, you do things to harm me. And I can't see myself being friends with you because of how protective you are of Dorit. And Bose is not going to say that she's not going to protect Dorit, because that was Bose's strategic move. Remember, she watched all of the seasons, especially last season, and studied that and decided to make a conscious choice to be Dorit's friend. Now, it has worked for her as long as Garcelle was on the show. Now that it's just her, it's not working. And that is not what Bose expected. Bose expected for Garcelle to stay on the show. So they were all pretty much shocked that she said that she wasn't coming back. So now that it's just her, Bose put herself in a position where she is the attack dog for somebody that is feuding with someone that Erica called the Queen of Beverly Hills.
That's what Bose get.
So now Bose is in a position where it's just like, okay, so I'm on Kyle's bad side because of Dorit. I can't stop defending Dorit because that is the role that I put myself in to play for her. And if I do that to Dorit, Dorit's going to get mad at me, and those women are not going to protect me because they want Dorit over me. That's why everybody is fighting and crying and breaking themselves down for Dorit, because they want Dorit to get back in the good graces of everyone. They're fighting for her. They'll never fight for Garcelle. They'll never fight for Bose or Garcelle like that. So now Bose has put herself in this really tough position because once Kyle and Dorit make up, then where is she going to be? They're never going to trust her because of how she protected Dorit when Dorit was on the outs. Dorit's not going to protect her because she's not going to, especially now as a divorcee, she's not going to risk her check to protect this Black woman, no matter how many times she called her sister. So she put herself in a real tough position where she doesn't have any allies. And I don't know how that's going to play out for her. But like many have said, she's been in corporate America for a very long time. She will navigate this. But we told you, sis. We told you this would happen. I will say, Dorit and Kyle, I don't know if this is going to be fixed. They hate each other. The way they are screaming and yelling at each other. Here's the thing I think what's happening with Dorit and Kyle. These two are very extremely male-centered, right? And we are seeing often what happens with male-centered women or women who prioritize men. We have Kyle, who is yearning for Maurizio to come back to her, but knowing that he won't. And unfortunately, this is a male-centered woman that produced daughters, right? So she's hoping that he will come back to her. So she'll just linger around. She'll stay married to him for as long as she can because she knows that he will never divorce her, because she even said it to Andy. She said, oh, that half of that is mine. We built it. He had nothing when we got together. All he had was 2 nickels to rub together. So she knows that he's not going anywhere, but she also knows that she will never give him in the capacity that she had him, because yes, he had 2 nickels to rub together, but you built that man. You built that man up until he got in a position where he felt like he no longer needed you. And the only reason why he is still with you is because he doesn't want to give you half. And that's the man you're waiting to come back around. But that is often where male-centered women put themselves. They put themselves in a prison of their own doing. And then you have the same thing with Dorit, right? She was somebody who, according to her, was very successful. Then she got with this man, right, and decided to become a wife and stay-at-home mom and live off of his riches. And now that he's done with her, he's taking those riches away from her. F the kids, he don't care. And she's realizing that. So we have 2 women who are realizing that they put themselves in a prison of their own doing. And just like a male-centered woman, instead of getting mad at that man, they're getting mad at the closest woman to them. So they're basically the same thing, and they're basically fighting each other. But you have one who is Dorit, who is, I'm not saying she's breaking out of being male-centered, but she's waking up to the fact that she gave up everything for this man who is fighting to make sure she ends up with nothing. So she's very angry. And then she's very angry at her friend who was always choosing the side of the man. However, you two were twins. You always chose the man. Now you have Dorit breaking out of it, and she's getting mad at Kyle because Kyle can't see what's happening. But Kyle is still in the prison. Dorit has to be broken out of the prison, because if she stays within the prison, she's going to be left with nothing. So she has to force herself out of that prison so that she can pick herself up and make some coins and survive, because that man is going to make sure she gets nothing. So she's forced now to be this independent woman. She's forced into feminism. She don't really want to be there, but she's forced into it because of the man that she chose. And she's getting mad at Kyle, but Kyle told her several times, my situation ain't your situation. Because Kyle knows if Maurizio ever decide that she can't have no part of him anymore, she's taking everything from him. And he knows that. So he'll stay married to her until they both die, till death do us part. Because he knows that she will stay in that prison as long as he comes over and gives her, a little bit of dingling and a little bit of conversation. Very sad. But they're fighting each other because they're too male-centered to fight those men. Sad. But I don't know where these two are going to go because they have so much anger for the men in their lives, but they're vomiting it out onto each other. And it's getting so dark. I don't know where they're going to go. I don't know where the group is going to go, but something has got to change. And I think Andy needs to stop accepting Kyle saying, oh, I've been on the show for almost 20 years and I've given, I've shown so much of my life. The one time I don't show one thing, oh, I'm not showing enough. I think I should get credit because of what I showed before. That doesn't matter. Your job is to show up and show your life. So if you don't want to show up and show your life, then you should not keep on coming back on the show. I don't know what she got on Andy, but something has to change. That's all my thoughts on Beverly Hills. What do you guys think? Let's get into it. Princess says Bose is jealous, and I don't like saying that about a fellow Black woman. Jealous, I can say that. Enraged because how hard she had to work, and this white woman, all she has to do is say manifest, and she gets what Bose had to work hard for plus 10 times over. Is it jealousy or just like outrage of how easy you have it? BY said, what is Dorit and Kyle fighting about? I forgot. Girl, they don't even know. Thank you, Toya Star. Toya Star said, please join the NikkiStar Family Reunion email list. Thank you. Yasmin said, a blind person could see that Bose' downfall after how she treated Garcelle. Here's the thing, Bose didn't see it. And the reason why Bose didn't see it is because she didn't expect for Garcelle to leave. Garcelle threw a wrench in her plans because I guarantee you that Bose would have tried to mend that relationship. Garcelle leaving, she couldn't do that. So she couldn't repair that part of her image for the Black women who are watching the show. So that's the thing. Garcelle leaving messed all of them up. They did not anticipate that. So she basically left that show with everybody seeing how awful they are. And her not coming back didn't allow them to be able to sit down and apologize and repair their image, because that's what they would have done. And I think Garcelle knew that. So we just had that season of them and this us seeing that this is who they are. She messed that up. She messed up Bose's plan. Because I think she absolutely would have repaired that relationship. She was on Instagram after the reunion, apologizing to Garcelle and telling her how great she was. And letting us know that Garcelle is not picking up the phone from her. She wanted to talk to her, but Garcelle closed that door. Messed all of them up. Give Me Shelter said 10, 10, and 9 notes because you are telling Bose what she needs to hear. How is it that she has an undergrad degree in English and African American studies? You know what? It is so crazy how so many people study Black Americans. I keep on trying to tell Black Americans, you are it. You are it. We have literal teachings about us because people are so curious and enamored with this community. The minute Black Americans wake up, my God, today, what we can do, what we have done with just a little bit of us acknowledging who we are. Could you imagine if all of us get it? My God, today. And the reason why I say this because finding out this information about Bose, but I'm also doing a piece about the one of the leaders of the Heritage Foundation, how he studied African American studies. He studied African Americans, and that helped him write Project 2020.
Ain't that something?
These people are studying us because we're so freaking fascinating. My God, today. Anyway, Alana said, it's funny because during the season, Amanda annoyed me a little bit, but this reunion, she was the only one that really didn't annoy me. Because she actually is trying. They are committed to not liking her. Mama Star said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I know that's right. Miss T said, Bose's rant for Andy wasn't a smart move. Oh, absolutely not. You could tell by the comments. They were getting her together. I said, listen, Dorit can come for Andy. You cannot come for Andy Bowes. And the thing about it is, everybody's saying how smart Bowes is, but I'm just like, she is not making smart moves. I would have never done that. I wouldn't on that show. I would have never done that. I think the fan fodder went to her head. I think the fans who from Beverly Hills who was uplifting her and gushing over her, I think she thought that those people really liked her. I don't think she registered or realized that they liked you because they didn't like Garcelle. And with Garcelle no longer there, they don't need to fake like they like you. So as soon as you decided to come for Andy, or as soon as you decided to come for Amanda, anybody white, they let you know, get in your place, because that ain't it. Okay. Who you talking to? Not one of us. Her comments on Instagram, atrocious. If I was her, I would have cut the comments off. They are dragging that lady, and I guarantee you it's the same people who was praising her when she was used as an attack dog for another Black woman. This is sad. Paula Girl said, this is Garcelle Karma. Bowes forgot she is a Black woman. Did you notice that Kyle always targeted? Kyle does not like Bowes. She doesn't. And the fact that Bowes is protecting Dorit, that allows Kyle to get her dislike out and hide it behind, oh, it's because you are you're defending Dorit so much. Bowes really isn't. Not with the white girls. She really, really isn't. But that's a way for Kyle to get out her macro aggressions against Bowes without it being clocked. Jesse said, I get being the diversity hire, but diversity hires still stay a longer term. Bowes should have owned it instead of making a blanket statement about short tenure. Wrap it up, Bowes. Well, she had to say something. She was on the spot. Hannah said, Bowes thought her bestie would understand and defend her. Sad, but expected. Yeah, she's not going to defend her. Why would she? She's never had to. Like, Bowes never made her do that. Bowes came in defending Dorit immediately when she met her. She became her ally with no effort. Dorit didn't have to do anything. Dorit never has to show up for her because Bowes just was there. Bowes was whacking people for this lady, and Dorit gave her nothing. So why would she defend her? She doesn't have to. Cameron said, and Bowes, that little video that you did trying to get Auntie together, girl, you're not coming back next season. And if you do, you're about to get, this will be the season. This will be, I'm telling you, if Kyle and Dorit make up. F. Tinney said, in the words of Monique, when you do clownery, the clown come back to bite. Bowes, congratulations, you played yourself. And I'm just so shocked that she did not see that. Give Me Shelter said, Bowes made me upset with the Hobgoblins administration purging federal jobs held by Black women to get Andy, but we watched her push a Black woman out of a job. She actually said that to Ira, who was a podcaster who always covers housewife shows, and Ira just made like a comment about Beverly Hills. I don't even think it was about Bowes. And she said, well, why don't we focus on these 600,000 Black women that are unemployed right now? Let's use our energy for that. Why are we even talking about this? And the way Black woman got her together under that comment, I felt bad. I ain't even gonna hold you. I felt bad. Oh, they got her together. They said, funny, you should say that. I don't think she knows how much she messed up. Paula Girl said, well, Bowes lied. She thought Dorit was the top dog. Sorry, I would never forget her for threatening Garcelle last season. Girl, bye. Oof, it's not looking good for her. Princess said, Bowes lacks vision. I see how the white execs tricked her out of many spots. You can't see the forest for the trees standing directly in front of her. I just, for somebody who has such a decorated resume, I just can't believe that she didn't see this. I cannot believe that she didn't see this. Jesse says, as a corporate girl, I was so excited for Bowes to be on the show. Such a letdown. As a dark-skinned Black woman, I was so excited to see her on the show because I was just like, oh, representation. Yikes. I said, no, never mind. I said, never mind. I don't want that. NC said Raindrops is a play on raindrops. His last name is Rain. Okay, thank you. I forgot about that. Thank you so much. Simone said Bose has the corporate black girls who don't watch Bravo defending her, but that could only last for so long until she keeps being Dorit's guard. That's the thing. Those corporate girls don't watch Bravo shows. Those corporate girls are not going to BravoCon. So they can only do but so much. And they was getting whacked in that comment. So like, ciao. Hannah said, Nikki, what do you think of people saying it's weird that we are preaching about being for a black woman, but we are mad at Bose, that we have so much grace for Garcelle, but not her? Oh, I always say this. I am never rooting for everybody black. Now, I give black women more grace, but I am never rooting for everybody black. Clarence Thomas can choke and something else, but I'm not saying that on YouTube. I'm never, so you will never catch me with that one. I never said I was rooting for everybody black. I am rooting for black people that love and support other black people. You only got one time for me to see you drag another black person. Oh, I'm out. And mixed company, violation. That was the thing for me with Bose. I couldn't believe that she did that. I could not. I was so gagged. Y'all remember when she was announced? I was gagged. I was like, yes. And I was reading off her resume. I was so excited. And then she got on that show and immediately said, here I am, Dorit. I'm here to serve you. I was like, what are you doing? What's going on? Like, I was so caught off guard by her volunteering her body to Dorit. It was so weird to me. And I tried to like get into her the whole season, but the way she moved with Dorit was so weird. And then how she performed at the reunion, I said, no, I don't do that. I do not do that. So they can say whatever they want. I will never put my support behind a token. It'll never happen. It will never happen. I lost all grace in November 2024. It left me. It left me. I have no grace for tokens. I have no grace for step infections. I don't care if we share the same identity. Anybody that buddies up to white supremacy, anybody that desires white adjacency, get far away from me. Same thing with my gender. Any male-centered woman, bye-bye. We don't even have to have a discussion. No, bye. No, we don't have to talk. So that doesn't work on me. I will stand 10 toes down for a black woman that deserves my support. Remember, I asked y'all about Sierra. I was not hopping on that train because she's a black girl. Because no shade, what I knew of her was that she was a beautiful black woman that liked getting up under ugly white men. I'm not supporting that. So I was just like, I will do what you gonna do, girl. But y'all convinced me. Y'all were the ones who were just like, yeah, Sierra, she's cool. She's that girl. She one of us. And I was like, is she? Because why are we dating ugly white men? Why are we sleeping with and crying over funny looking white men? What's going on? That's not my kind of black girl for me. So that doesn't work on me. I have requirements now. I never had requirements before. I'm not the same person I was before November 2024. That election fundamentally changed me. It's up for everybody. Everybody. Remember, I used to be the black owned girl. It's not black owned. It's not. It's black owned. Do you like black people? Why are black people on your website? Are black people on your social medias? How do you talk to and treat black people? Let me read the reviews. I used to be like, oh, it's a black owned business. Let's just go and support. I do my research now. This don't sway me like it used to. It's up for everybody. F. Titty said Kyle is a male-centered closeted lesbian. A pity. Is she a closet lesbian, or is she so male-centered she wants to feel what it feels like to be a man? Get it. Give me shelter, said PK did a podcast interview and everyone is turning on Dorit. But honestly, the Bravo fan base demographic are male centered too. Absolutely. I detest the Fox Sports 5 and PK, so I like watching them play the Hunger Games. That's exactly what it is. BY says, so glad Garcelle got the message and left them where they are. Garcelle left on her own terms. Good for Garcelle. Absolutely. IA said, I want Bowles to stay on for another season so Kyle can whack Bowles over and over again. Sorry, I know it's mean, but she is the type of Black woman that is dangerous in our community. She deserves all the smoke. I do agree that Black people like that are dangerous. So that's why I don't play with them. Those podcasters, those YouTubers, those Black influencers that couldn't stop promoting Target without a contract. Done. Because this is a detrimental time. The Voting Rights Act being gutted. Nelly can't come back from this. Snoop can't come back from this. It's done. Those people are dangerous to our community, and Black people have to stop being so nice. Be like, oh, they're a family, they're one of us. Leave them where they at. Pink Petal said, I thought we would actually get to see Bowles in her element. Me too. Guys, remember when we were so excited about her being cast? We thought that she was going to come in and be this corporate girl. We thought we were going to see a Black woman reign, and all we got was these heavy wigs and white adjacency. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let me get two more, and then we're going to close out with 90 Day Fiance. Paulo Girl said there are people fresh. Is that fresh up? Is it fresh off the boat? I think is that derogatory? I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna just say fab. I think that's derogatory. I feel like for me to say as a Black American. But let me know. By the way, who have blasted Bowles' anti-Blackness. I've absolutely seen that as well. They infer her resume is very flowery, and that's why she doesn't last in C-suite spaces. My God, today. BY said Bowles chose the wrong road. She's on her own. She doesn't impress me. I don't really like the corporate women. Some of them are anti-Black. I think a lot of us have met a lot of Black women have had very tumultuous corporate experiences because there has always been another Black woman who has made that a tough time. Unfortunate. Have I had that in my corporate experience? No, all the Black women that I have had have always been like aunties to me. They've always been like looking out. They would be the ones that be like, they just got lunch and they're going there and get there. Go in there and go get your pizza before they start picking over. You know, like they've always been like that. I haven't had that, but I have in Hollywood worked with some cutthroat Black women. Ciao. Black Hollywood is something else. Something else. Simone said, you're right, Nikki. The people are drawing their lines in the sand and not having it with anybody being apolitical or choosing the other side. Absolutely. Killer Mike, you saw how they were whacking him. It's up for everybody. This is very bad, and it's only going to get worse. So everybody who was a part of this, even the people who look like us, even people who are from the same community, everybody getting whacked. Let's move on to 90 Day Fiance. Guys, this tell-all was so crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was watching it like, what is happening? I literally was just like, is everybody on crack? Somebody had to have uppers or something. It was so unhinged. If you have not watched the tell-all, please go watch it. It was so crazy. Like from the moment it started, Sean Robinson, all she could do is go, oh, okay. Like it was so crazy. I was like, how could y'all even edit this? Every moment was just nuts. It was a bizarre tell all. We are first going to start with Emma and Ziad. They hate each other. We knew they hated each other on the show. This tell all, Ziad was on 10. He was whacking everybody, even Emma. Told her wig stank. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what? He wasn't even in the room with her, but he was like, wash your wig. It smells like feces. He didn't say feces, but I'm like, what is going on? And Emma's just like, see, he's always so mean to me. He is sick of her. They were like, before like the reunion even started, they were already fighting. Those two cannot stand each other. They were just throwing insult for insult. And it even got to the point where the cast was like, they were getting on Ziad for how he was talking to them. He started lighting the cast up. Hold on, let me get my notes. This was so insane. I don't have a lot of notes because I was laughing the whole time. I'm so sorry. That's how crazy this reunion was. I was just like, they had to have taken a little stop at Studio 54 and pumped themselves full of coke because everybody was on one. But these two were just going back and forth. They didn't really like each other. Insult for insult. But Ziad really got nasty and dirty. He was already nasty and dirty, but he was really going for the jugular after Emma. After Emma said that they had sex and it wasn't even good. And she was just like, and his wee-wee was teeny tiny. It was like, it was so small. I didn't even know if it was in. Oh, what? Oh, Ziad, he turned up after that. He said, absolutely not. You're not going to talk about our wee-wee. Your wig stink.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's how crazy this was. But they were just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They had absolutely no resolution. They actually made Ziad leave early because because the cast started to defend Emma after Ziad said that her wig smelled like dookie. That's when everybody was just like, no, that's not right. He started cussing out everybody that was defending him. Elise was just like, Ziad, just be a better person, just be the bigger person. And Ziad was just like, are you a woman? Elise was like, what? And then her little scamming boyfriend was just like, you're lucky I'm not there. Then Rick tried to get involved and he told Rick he's not even a father. Rick started screaming and he was just like, I'm a damn good father. How dare you? Ziad was laughing. They had to cut his camera off because he was getting everybody in that audience together. 90 Day Fiance was just like, you know what? We can't move on with him because he's cussing out the whole audience. He's cussing out the whole everybody on stage. They all just started fighting with this guy. So then Ziad leaves and it's just Emma. They go on a break. Elise, she does a confessional and she's just like, well, Emma, she pulled me aside and she told me something really bizarre. And they're like, what is it? And Elise is just like, well, she told me that she was dating Rhobh. And she told me that she was hooking up with Rhobh for a year. How the hell did she meet Rhobh? And Elise was just like, I don't know why she told me because I'm not with Rhobh. I'm with somebody else. And she said it was just so really weird. Then later they talk and Emma just wants to talk to her about Rhobh. Elise is going crazy. Looked like she had a bump or two. And she was just like, I'm not with Rhobh. So I don't even know why we have to have this conversation. But Emma was just like, well, I just wanted to talk to you because I had a relationship. And Elise was like, well, I don't have a relationship now. So why are you talking to me about it? Very, very weird. I think the producers put her up to it since they know that she has had relations with Rhobh. But Emma, what is going on? Because Ziad was just like, you were sleeping with people. You already, like, you're acting like you were so in love with me, but you were already having relations with other people. This is before we found out about Rhobh. Because Emma's sister came out and she was just like, oh, she was hooking up with guys before she even left to go see Ziad. And I was just like, well, what kind of twin sister are you? Why are you telling her business? But Emma didn't seem too upset about it. So I'm just like, did you want her to tell Ziad that you were sleeping around? Very weird. Very, very weird. But these two hate each other. They are done. We will not see them again. I absolutely believe that we're going to see Emma on 90 Day Fiance, The Single Life. And I think they're probably going to try to bring Rhobh with her and put him on the show so they can work out that dynamic. But one thing about Rhobh, he really does have a type, and his type is biracials with a white mom. He loves a biracial with a white mom, because how did he even find Emma? And why are they in a year? Why have they been sleeping together for a year? Isn't he newly divorced? What is going on? What 90 Day Fiance is absolutely going to have to cover this timeline, because I thought that was so weird. I was like, Rhobh, well, he was just on a show with his wife at the time. Ciao. It is what it is. But that's enough for Emma and Ziad. We find out that Forrest he's a pharmacy tech. How the hell did he get that job? I was like, what CVS is he working at? But he got a job as a pharmacy tech. Everybody seems to love Forrest. I don't think they've seen his Twitter profile, but he is, the lovable giant, and everybody seems to really love him. We see Sheena on camera. They seem to be just very happy. Forrest is still trying to get some money to go out there and go see her again, and or bring her here. I really still do think we're going to see him on 90 Day Fiance the other way. Forrest's mom comes out. I don't know what she did, but money well spent. Whatever she did took 10 years away. She looks 10 years younger. But she comes out and she's still holding on to this, that Sheena is holding things back from her and she's not sure. I think she's trying to keep up with the storyline, because I feel like the show is going to follow Forrest and Sheena. But they had a pretty squeaky clean reunion, not too much. I think because Emma and Ziad were just so volatile, I don't think a lot could get done when we were talking to other couples. I will say, where are they at? This couple shocked me. I could not believe that he broke up with her. I was like, he must have found another way to get to America. He must have found another way. She could not stop crying when she was talking about him. Not only did he break up with her, she found out that he was cheating on her. I said, Stig is cheating on Aviva? And she was so heartbroken about that. She was crying the whole reunion. He did not care. He was laughing. And everybody was just like, Stig, you see that she's heartbroken? And he's like, this is not funny. But he just didn't care. He just did not care. And she was so heartbroken over him. But Stig he didn't care. He did not care. I am so happy that our girl Trisha is pregnant with another man's baby. She got the baby. Thank God it wasn't with Rick. We later find out that Rick is still talking to that ex. It also was shown that he was on a flight with another woman that he met in Colombia, and that it is not the ex. Him and the ex are currently fighting over the woman in Colombia. Here's the thing. I don't believe any of this. I don't believe that Rick has an ex. I don't believe that woman that he was on the plane with, that he took a picture with on the plane, I don't believe that she is a new girl. I think that Rick is just using that to stay on the show. Rick is a passport bro, and he goes to different countries, sometimes third world countries, and finds women who are in destitute situations and pays them for really weird and uncomfortable sex acts. That's what it is. They keep on trying to legitimize this guy. He is a passport bro. Unfortunately, Trisha got caught up with somebody that she thought really liked her, but he is just a passport bro. I don't think that he will ever be serious about a woman that is not American, right? He goes to those countries and has sex with those women and promise them that he will bring them to America. He has no intentions, because if Rick absolutely was looking for a wife, he wouldn't have a 2-year-old son
that he can't take care of.
It's all about sex for him. It's all about sex with no attachments, and sex where he doesn't have to put out a lot. right? Because he doesn't have to give them anything because he's lying to them and telling him that, hey, I'll bring you to America. We know that's never going to happen. He's the worst kind of passport bro. The passport bros are just worse on their own, but he is at the top of how horrible they can still
be. And it's
be.
a shame that the show allows him to do that.
Well, the show is about passport bros and passport hoes.
Yeah, but with all of these women, like at some point, they need to have a conversation with him and say, "We're doing a show, buddy."
Yeah.
Is you gonna have?
But they don't care, Mama. They
sad.
do not care. Who would have thought that Javon and Annalyn would be in the best position on the show? They look like the healthiest couple. I could not believe it. Unfortunately, they lost their child. But you know, they're going to try again to you know, get little Giovanna. But these two look like the healthiest couple on the tell-all. Jovan went back to America, sold all his stuff, took the money that he made from selling his stuff, and moved to the Philippines. So we're probably going to see them on 90 Day Fiance the other way, because he's living in the Philippines with Annalyn, and they seem very happy. He seems very happy. He was also very apologetic with how he treated her on the show because she didn't like it, and I could not believe it. She was saying everything that she did not like. He apologized for it, and you know, he
was cussing out other couples.
And they was cussing out other couples together. Okay. Javon is a totally different person from what we saw on the show. Okay. He is not that red pill weirdo. And see, that's what happens with them red pill guys. A lot of them are red pill until they get in a relationship. And next thing you know, they're the submissive lover boy. My God, today. But these two look like the healthiest couple on the tell-all, and I was absolutely gagged by that because they seemed like the worst couple throughout the season. But I do think we're going to see them on 90 Day Fiance the other way, because Annalyn is a star. She is great for TV. I don't think the show is going to let her go. And now that Javon has fallen into place, these two are going to be good to cover. Where are they at? Girl, I was not expecting Laura and her best friend Michael to be at war with each other. He came out on 10, cussed her out, said that he never wanted her, said that he rejected her because he did not like her, and was saying that she was acting like he wanted her and using him for the show to get back at Birkin. I could not believe that they were at odds like that. First of all, they were fighting like Emma and Ziad. They were going back and forth, just tagging each other. And I was like,
because they already had a relationship.
Well, here's the thing. He said that she's lying about their relationship. He was saying that he never liked her. And I'm just like, wait a minute. I remember watching the show and you crying and saying that you actually did want to be with her, but you couldn't be with her because you have a deformity that you're ashamed of. I remember that. You in there tears. So then to come out on the show and be like, ew, gross. I never wanted her. She wanted me. I was trying to protect Berghan. No, you were not. But I could not believe they were going after each other the way they were going after each other. I said, what did I miss? What did I miss? And Laura was just like, you're jealous because I don't want to be with you. Because when I was trying to be with you, you pushed me away. And then when I got with Berghan, all of a sudden you're upset and you're angry. He said, angry at what? I never wanted you. Ooh, gross. What? I could not believe they were tagging each other like that. First of all, they were like pointing fingers at each other. And Laura was just like, you wanted me. I didn't want you. And he was like, you, please. What do you mean? And I was like, wait a minute. Are they going to start throwing hands?
No, that's some quarreling stuff. That's some jealousy quarreling.
Mom, he was heated.
Yes, because all of this, so he said she used him. Yeah, because all of a sudden now you with him. I didn't even think this was going to be real.
But he was saying, he was like, I'm glad that you got with somebody. I never wanted to be with you. And they were like, first of all, they were so sassy. They were both wringing their necks and pointing their fingers like they was about to throw hands. What did we miss? It seems like Birkin and Laura are going to be on another season of 90 Day Fiance because she's actually going to go back to Turkey to get her surgery, and he's going to take care of. Oh, yeah, she getting her surgery.
by her stomach.
Yes, she is.
Boy, girl.
She getting the BBL in Turkey.
All right. They say
so they also seem very happy. She said that they have a healthy sex life, although Bear Can his sex is still vanilla. And he laughed. They seem like a healthy couple as well.
What is vanilla?
Well, for her, that means just like corny and dry. She wants it a little bit more spicy.
Yes, because
chocolate.
He's Muslim. They don't do all that sucking and all that.
Well, I don't know. I don't think Birkin is Muslim.
He is Muslim or some kind of religion where they don't do all of that.
Mom, look it up, please. I don't think you're telling me. You don't know that and you're making an assumption.
No, I'm not.
Can you look up if he's Muslim, please, before you say anything?
Nothing. I'm watching something. But what I'm saying is he's some kind of religion. I can't believe you don't already know that.
I don't think he's Muslim. I think Ziad is Muslim. That's why he was getting upset and calling Emma a demon and telling her that her wig smelled like Dookie because she was telling them that they was having sex. Emma and Ziad, the girl with the wigs, the biracial girl with the wigs. Yes. He got upset that she was telling everybody that they had sex, and he got even more mad because she said that he had a little wee-wee. She said it was teeny tiny.
The guy from Turkey is some kind of religion or something.
I'm gonna look it up because you're not gonna.
I like when people come for me like you. He's not supposed to be having sex, and he don't do all of that. All that licking and all that she want to do with all that stomach. He's not doing that. Mom Star be knowing.
It's assumed that he's from a Muslim background, and they don't think that he's a good Muslim because he does.
It's
gambling.
what? It's what?
It's assumed.
It's what?
It's assumed.
Okay. Mama Star be knowing what she talking about. She be having factual. He do not do all of that. He's Muslim. They don't do all of that.
He gambles. So what are you talking about?
Well, everybody have a sin that falls short.
Okay. Anyway, he lied. I do not believe him. He lied and said that he paid off his $50,000 debt. I think he's lying. I think the reason why he is making up this story that he paid off his debt through gambling is because he's trying to come to America. And he cannot come to America with debts because his government is going to try to hold that up. I will say, Laura gonna pull this stunt. She said, I got a letter from immigration. And she pulled this stunt acting like the letter was going to accept him or deny him his immigration status in America. And all it was an appointment reminder. So she was just like, I have a letter, Bearkin, and I haven't read it. I'm going to open it right here with all of you guys. And she opened it, and it was just like, select a date for your immigration appointment.
Okay.
You should have read that because you hyped it up, and we were all thinking that he was either coming to America or not. And that did not happen. My God, today. We got Zia, we got Emma. Elise is still with the scammer. We're probably going to see more of them. She seems to be happy with him. I think she just wants to be with him because he's hot. Elise and Josh, the white guy from Australia.
I don't think she thinks he's hot, honey.
Mom, she's attracted. I think she's more attracted to him than he is to her.
True.
And he sticks with her because she's on the TV show.
And she got money.
Oh yeah.
And her father said he's not paying for this. So she's in between.
No, the father is done taking care of her. So
no, he said he's not buying her out of nothing. She has a trust fund.
Yeah.
But if she can't use it, if she goes there. Also, which I know her and the other girl didn't get into it because
where have you been? I already talked about Emma and her fighting over Rhobh. Pay attention, Mama Star. Last couple, you know I had to save them for last. The creepiest for last, Lisa and Daniel. I'm sorry, Lord. We open up with Lisa talking about how she was dying and Daniel didn't care. First of all, her daughter, the way her daughter came out, she walked on that stage. She was angry. Well, that's what Lisa was crying about. She was just like, my mother was dying and you didn't care. And Lisa started all this crying and she was like, well, I found out that I was pregnant with Daniel's baby.
Oh my God. She looks better with that wig off.
I will say, she is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She is great TV because when we meet her, she says, I'm wearing my natural hair. I'm not doing any wigs today. I want to accept myself for who I am. While wearing these electric blue contacts. They were anime contacts. They did not even look normal. And then before she even gets to the stage, she meets with Elise, and Elise is really excited to meet with her. And she tells Elise, I was intimidated by you. I was so scared for you because you remind me of my bully when I was a child. And Elise was like, what?
Okay.
She's like, I thought you were going to be so mean to me. I'm intimidated by you because you're tall. Elise was so thrown off. Anyway, we get to the stage. Her and Daniel are beefing. They are, she's saying that she never wants to see him again. And he's like, well, we got married in my culture. And she's like, no, we did not. I didn't know. He tricked me. And he said, we're married. So she can't say that she want to be with me because we are still married. And Lisa was just like, Lisa was just like, I don't want to be married to somebody who doesn't care for me and doesn't care when I almost die. She kept on saying that she almost died.
But so he said that he couldn't marry her because she had already been married.
But they got legally married in his culture.
Yeah, he's trying to get to the U.S.
Listen, so Sean is just like, so what happened? And she's like, well, you know, when I left Nigeria, I found out that I was pregnant with Daniel's baby and the baby didn't survive. And she said that she almost died and, you know, Daniel didn't care. Like her daughter was calling Daniel. Daniel did not care if she lived or died. And she was just saying that she was so disappointed in him and didn't want, and, you know, let him know that she didn't want to be with him. No, she said she let him know that she didn't want to be with him. And then Daniel let her know that if they break up, something bad is going to happen to her because she was cursed. She was cursed by a Nigerian witch doctor. And the curse that he put on her was if these two break up, her and Daniel are going to die. And she said that's why she was so afraid to say anything because after that happened, after she said she didn't want to be with Daniel, she ended up in the hospital. And she said, I'm so afraid because I now have a curse on me from a Nigerian witch doctor. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But let me tell you something. She's not too mad about that curse because she got a new Nigerian boyfriend. And he comes up on the screen, actually cute. He comes up on the screen and she's like, hey, baby. And Daniel was just like, brother, you can't disrespect me like that because that is technically my wife. And Lisa's new boyfriend was just like, well, y'all not legally married in America, so it doesn't really count. And so they start going back and forth. And then the daughter says that she likes him for her mom. And Sean, period. And Sean was just like, how do you like him after what happened with your mom and Daniel? And she's just like, well, my mom is just happier. And Sean is looking at them both like, y'all don't know this is another con? But Lisa is happy and in love with her new boo, even though she's dealing with that curse from a Nigerian witch doctor.
I wanna fall in love.
Listen, so I think this whole thing is a setup for what we're going to see in the next season of 90 Day Fiance with Lisa and Daniel. I don't think we're done with this gross couple. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of them. You know what? Because Lisa is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and Daniel knows how to play along, I'm here for it. Anyway, that's all I have to say about 90 Day Fiance. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. Busola says Ziad probably hated his time on 90 Day Fiance and knows he's never coming back. Oh yeah, he was absolutely burning it all down. He was burning it all down. Olivia said, he said, you a fake father to Rick and asked Elise if she's a woman. Like, he was unhinged. He was whacking everybody on the cast. People were like, Ziad. He did not care. Busola said Lisa's storyline had so many it sure did. Every time we came back from commercial, it was something new with her. I almost died. I was cursed by a Nigerian witch doctor. Daniel tricked me into marrying him in his culture. I have a new boyfriend. Girl, what? It was so much happening. The show is never going to leave her alone. Okay. Tia B says, seems like Emma has a type because them men be dogging her. None of the men like her. None of the men like her or do her well. I know Rhobh is no better. NC said, my mouth was on the floor when Ziad asked Elise if she was a man. Like that was, even Elise was caught off guard. She was like, what? And then she gonna look at the screen at her Australian boyfriend. And he's like, oh, you're lucky I'm not there, mate. Boy, right. He was looking at Elise like, what you want me to do? I'm on the screen. NC said, what's wrong with Emma's sister? Why would she reveal her sister's tea? What's the point of having a sister if she's not going to lie for you? Weird. But Emma was laughing with her. So I don't know if that's something they planned, but that really was weird. Tony said, E for empathy. Thank you. I'm going to watch it back. Oh, what are y'all talking about? I'm sorry, I missed it. Busola said, I hope we don't have to see Rick on the show anymore. Me too. NC said, Rick makes my skin crawl. I can't believe Trish was still entertaining him after all that happened. And it seems like the cast was rooting for them to be together. Well, the cast is full of passport bros and passport hoes. Of course they were rooting for them to be together. Busola, thank you so much for the super sticker. Cha-ching. Thank you, my dear. Busola also said, I think both Laura and Michael are such unreliable narrators about their weird relationship. I don't think we'll ever get the truth. Absolutely not. And I don't think the show cares. I don't think the show cares. Olivia said, also, news is Birkin and Laura broke up. He broke up with her after the tell-all and joined the army. What? Oh, he absolutely is impulsive. NC said, why was Forrest's mom and the cast questioning Sheena about what she does with the money she earns? Sheena should have told them to shove it and mind their business. I think because Forrest came off as such a lovable little teddy bear that everybody wanted to protect him. Remember, I was treating him the same way till y'all showed me his tweets. I think that's what it is. I think the show is fooled by this little innocent, man-child act that he does. Busola said, I think both Laura and Michael are such. Oh, I got that. Poliva Girl said, good night, everyone. Got to go to bed. Thanks, Nikki. Also, I would never disrespect your beautiful channel. Autocorrect did me. I meant FBA. Yeah. Isn't that? I think that's the. I think for me as an American, an American saying, I think that's derogatory. I don't think I can say that. I don't know. Y'all let me know, child. Olivia said he's not Muslim, but he's 26 and inexperienced. BY said Forrest's mom is only concerned about her money. I think that's why she fights for Sheena. Yes, because Forrest's mom is a welfare queen, right? She is getting welfare. She's also getting a check from Forrest. She's getting, not only is she getting a check from Forrest, she's getting a check for Forrest, because I know she writes out that she's his caretaker. She's also getting a check for her Native American boyfriend because he is disabled, but she's also getting his check from his tribe as a Native American. And then she's probably on disability. That lady is a scammer. So her thing is, she doesn't want Forrest to stay there because she loses 2 checks. 4, mind you, because of Sheena. She would get a disability check. She would get Sheena's disability check. She would probably get Sheena on disability. She will also get Sheena on welfare. And then she will probably get a check from the government for taking care of a disabled person. So she is looking at all of the money that she would be accumulating if everybody came to America. So with Forrest moving over there with Sheena, she's losing about 4 checks, and she can't have that. SEO Shogun said, do y'all hear? He went live recently and said that he and Laura are not together and he is joining the Turkish military. He probably lost a lot of money gambling and trying to escape. Lorena said, why would she tell everyone that she's a trust fund baby? Well, she said that because she mentioned that a lot of men get with her because she has money. And she has to make sure that she had to make sure that Joshua, who was unemployed, was not there for her money. BY says Sheena's family provides for her. She knows that Forrest is better in the Philippines than living with her in America. She's just that's exactly what it is. SEO Shogun says Sheena provides for her family. They probably went through a lot to make sure she could become a doctor, but Forrest is still better off in the Philippines with her. She ain't no doctor. Ain't no way that girl is a doctor. Homebody Brit said those contacts were something. She is hilarious. BY said, at least Lisa looks better. She is good TV, but she is delusional. Oh, she's great TV. 90 Day Fiance is not going to let her go. SEO Shogun says, someone said Lisa became a White Walker. I said, Lisa, those eyes are so aggressive. Like, what is going on? But I'm telling you, her and her daughter, outside of Philadelphia, you will find some of the strangest characters that America could produce. Lisa definitely gives me, her and her daughter definitely give airy PA. Millennials, y'all remember that show? That show was based off of real airy PA because that's how weird it is. It is weirdos. That's weirdos surround Philly. Weirdos surround Pittsburgh. Weirdos surround Harrisburg. That Pennsylvania is full of racists and weirdos. And I'm not saying they're like Lisa and her daughter are weirdos in a bad way, but I'm saying they're very strange. And you will meet people like that on the Philly outskirts. Oh my God, today. BY said Forrest is better off in the Philippines. What is going on?
I'm not buying it.
He's absolutely better off in the Philippines. Absolutely. But his mama not losing that check. Busola said 90 Day has found a new star.
Sure ain't.
Yeah. 90 Day has found a new star in Lisa and they'll exploit her for years. Oh, absolutely. Homebody Brit said, I think the sister thought that would show Ziad, like stick it to him, but in fact, instead it showed Emma in a bad light. Absolutely. But it seemed like Emma didn't care. Like she wanted her sister to hurt him. So I think she was in on it herself. WNC said, can't tell if reality TV is highlighting people with clear undiagnosed hormonal neurological disorders, or if they specifically find people who clearly need medical help but can't afford it. It's both. It's both.
I'm crying right now.
BY said those contacts are just unflattering, but her overall look was better than on the show. Yes, it absolutely was. BY said, oh yeah, she did look good. Her and Forrest's mama. BY said,
yes, yeah. I didn't even know that was
right?
His mother.
Right?
I didn't know she did use that check.
Oh, she absolutely spent that disability check for this appearance.
Okay.
BY said Lisa's overall look, other than the context, is better on the tell-all than the show. However, she has a delusional lifestyle. Airy PA child. Thank you, Addie, for the super chat. Cha-ching. Addie said, as you always say, this is sex tourism. It is. It really, really, really is. Because remember, even Lisa, when she got to Nigeria, the first thing she wanted to do was what? Have sex. And Michael didn't want to. He told her to bathe. He said, why don't you take a shower first? And she, didn't go shower, but she did go in that room and she put on her lingerie. And was like, are you ready?
No tell me to shower.
Are you ready? And Michael was not ready. And what was the only thing she talked about before they started having problems was having sex with him, letting us know that she had to stretch her vagina to fit his dingaling.
Okay.
Sex tourism. That was the only thing on her mind. And then when she had to, perform responsibilities, then she started all that crying. I will say those scenes of her and Michael trying to get the approval from the elders in his community when they was telling her to denounce lesbianism. I denounce it. I denounce it. Oh my God, they struck gold with that nut job. Oh, she's a vet. Okay, when you said vet, I said a vet. She served in a war. What is going on? SEO Shogun says Cena is a veterinarian and the eldest daughter. That's why they stay in her pockets. Oh, she's a vet. My God, today. Olivia said, I swear the casting producers wait outside the mental hospital and offer these people. Yes, they do. They absolutely do. Busola said Emma's so desperate for a storyline, she'll probably date Jamal or Pedro next. She absolutely will. Emma is going to stay in the 90 Day Fiance family as long as she can. I know the people who are definitely solidified are Lisa and Michael. They're going to bring them back as much as they can. I think we're going to see Javon and Annalyn and Lisa and Daniel. I didn't mean Mike. Lisa and Daniel. I think those are the couples that we absolutely will see, along with Forrest and Sheena. We'll either see them on another 90 Day Fiance show, or we'll see them on 90 Day Fiance the other way. The other couples, I don't know. Elise is so unhinged. I don't think they're going to let her go. We'll probably see a 90 Day Fiance the other way too. But I think that these are the couples they're going to try to continue to milk some storylines out of, because no shade, the cast is unhinged. This tell-all was crazy. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was cracking up watching every second of this. When ZI got started, when he finished whacking him and he started whacking the rest of the cast and everybody was clenching their pearls, my God, today. They got a banger of a cast, and I think they're going to get as much out of them as they can. And you know what? I'm here for it. The next season starts May 10th, and I absolutely will be reviewing that. I don't know if I'm going to review it on its own. I want to see how interesting it is first. If it's more interesting, and I think it's worth the discussion alone, I'll take it out of the reality TV chat. But for right now, not sure. We will see. Anyway, we've been here for almost 3 hours. I got to get out of here. Tomorrow, we're going to discuss Summer House. Friday, we're going to talk about the Met Gala. And then next week, we have... Oh, you know what? Next week, you'll find out in the newsletter. So please make sure you signed up for my email list. We're going to send out the newsletter this Sunday. So be prepared to keep up with everything going on here at NikkiStar TV. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I'll see you tomorrow for Summer House. Love ya. Bye. Good night. Come on out of the room.